Okay, lesson 4, let's do recap. We just do a recap on lesson 4. So lesson 4, we actually learn adjectives. So adjectives are words that describe nouns. So what are nouns? Nouns are your name, my name, Tampines, Singapore, anything that has a name. It can be a chair, it can be a table, right? Those are nouns. Then adjectives are words that describe them. So describing them like words like hard table, soft chair, right? Big table, small chair, expensive table, cheap chair. So these are words that describe our nouns, right? So however, in Japanese, the adjectives, they have two kinds. One is the na adjective, and then e adjective, right? So these two are the main adjectives here. So both of them are adjectives. Both of them can be used in a way that is very similar to each other. Okay, they are used, for example, they can be used in front of the noun. They can be used behind the noun. Okay, for example, this chair is expensive. Or this table is expensive, right? I use it behind the noun. This expensive table is something, 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 right? So I can use it in front of the noun as well. So adjective works the same as it is in English. But however, to put it in a sentence, both e adjective and na adjective have their own like special points, right? So we start with the first one, e adjective. So when we put it behind the sentence, very easy. この街は新しいです。この街は新しいです。Right? Literally, this city is new. So there is nothing that we need to add, nothing we need to change, right? Just like that. Then we compare with the na adjective. The na adjective, where is it? Over here, number 4. 彼は元気です。Right? So the adjective here is 元気. We never add anything, we never change anything. We still say 元気. Right? We still say 元気. We never change anything. Right? Same as e adjective, just put it there only. Right? Then we look at number 2. このコーヒーは熱くないです。So, 熱くない。Right? 熱い is the original word. 熱い. We drop the e at the back. We put in the kunai in only, right? To make it into a negative form. So we drop the e, we put in a kunai. Right? So 熱くないです. So the usage is the same. 熱い、熱くないです. Right? Don't need to change, don't need to add anything or change anything other than the kunai. Right? Just put it in only like that. Okay? Then for negative, for the na adjective, right? We look at number 5. For na adjective, the word kantan, for example, kantan, right? We cannot just use it like that. We cannot just put in a kunai and say kantan kunai. No such thing exists. So the negative form for na adjective, it's very similar to nouns, right? Remember nouns? Hello. Yeah. Remember nouns? 学生です. Right? I am student. 学生です. Not a student. 学生ではありません. Right? So same as a noun. For this na adjective, it is very similar to a noun. The positive way to say is 簡単です. The negative way will be 簡単ではありません. Right? So very similar to noun. And very different from e adjective. Right? Then we look at the number 3. Now we use it in front of our noun. Right? So we use it in front. We say 軽いカバンです. 軽いカバンです. Right? We don't add anything. There's nothing special. There's nothing to be removed. Nothing to be changed. Just put it there only. Right? 軽いカバン. No need to do anything special. Okay? Then we look at number 6. Our na adjective. Now we need to add in a na particle. Okay? The reason why we are at chapter 4, we are at topic 4, the grammar part. Right? So, I mentioned to you before, the na adjective, it is very similar to a noun. So, when we want to put it in front of a noun, right? For example, Nihon, the word Nihon. Nihon no kuruma. Right? Nihon no kuruma. We need a no to combine two nouns together. Nihon no kuruma. Japan, apostrophe S, car. So in this na adjective, it's very similar to a noun. But instead of using the particle no, we are using the particle na. So kantan na, sorry, 大切な書類. 大切な書類. Right? It's very similar to a noun, just that we don't use the particle no, we change it to a particle na. So the difference between na adjective and the e adjective, when we put it in front of the noun, is e adjective we don't need to do anything, na adjective we need to put in a na. Alright? And moving on, we have our question here. Do desu ka? So do desu ka means how is something, how is it? Right? Then we also learn the sentence particle here. Desu ga. Alright, and I mentioned to you, this ga is not really a but. Right? The ga is not really a but. The ga here simply says that on one hand, it is like that. It is A. On the other hand, it is B. Alright? So, 難しいですが面白いです. 難しい. On one hand, it is 難しい. It is difficult. On the other hand, it is 面白い. It is interesting. So, I'm not saying there's a contrast here. I'm just saying that on one hand, my opinion is this. On the other hand, my opinion is that. Right? So ga is not a but. You will see a lot of translation app, a lot of passage, a lot of textbook. They will say that ga is contrast, is but. But what is really but? But is demo. Right? And there's also a lot of ways to say but also. So we don't need another one to say but. But this ga is just to give two opinions. These two opinions can be complementing each other, can also be differing from each other. Right? So this is ga. Then そして we also learn about そして そして is like and then. So you say one opinion and then you share another opinion. Right? This one is more of a, less of a, on one side, on the other hand. This is more like, it was like that and then it is like that. Right? So そして Then another question word is どんな. Right? どんな simply means what kind. So for example, you want to ask what kind of car. どんな車. Right? What kind of car. Previously, we learned the question どうですか. Right? どうですか was how was it. So now is what kind. What kind. Right? So two different questions. Then number 7, this is adverbs. So adverbs are words that describe, it describes the intensity. It describes the degree. It describes the quantity. It describes the extent of something. Okay, for example, something is very high, right? See, I use the word very. So very, it means what? It means like, oh, it is very exaggerated, right? It's just an exaggeration. It's just like to say something is, wow, very high, right? So very in Japanese we say とても. So とても高い, right? This is just to give people like, how tall is it? Oh, とても高い, right? So it's just to give people a rough understanding of to what extent is it, right? So this is what we call adverbs. Adverbs, we usually put it in front of adjectives. I think we put it in front of adjectives. For now, you only learn how to put it in front of adjectives. Alright? And then adverbs, they don't change the particle in a sentence. They don't change the particle in a sentence. We don't need a particle after the adverb. For example, in this case, 大変高いです. We don't need a 大変は高いです. Right? We don't need any particle. It is just in front of the adverb, in front of the adjective. No need any change in particle. Right? So the particle before the adverb, right? That one is accordingly to how it will be like in the sentence, even without the adverb. Right? Next, we also learn adverbs like amari and sonnani, right? Which is like not so something, right? That means it's not so rich, not so expensive. That means it's like so to us lah. Not so expensive, not so cheap, right? So this is amari and sonnani. The only difference between just now the totemo and taihen versus amari and sonnani is that the adjective that follow after it. The adjective that follow after it must be negative. Negative for amari and sonnani. Right? So in this case we have amari takaku nai desu. Takaku nai desu. Right? So we have to use the negative form after amari and sonnani. Then for totemo, can we use the negative behind? We can. For example, とても高くないです. Very not expensive. But however, it sounds a bit weird, right? People understand what you're trying to say. but it sounds a bit weird. Alright? However, for this case, it sounds a bit weird. Very not expensive. But sometimes you have no choice, like you cannot remember what is the opposite. For example, expensive, the opposite is cheap. Right? If you can't remember the word cheap, then とても高くないです. It's in a way like it's not properly accepted in literature. Like you don't write it like that. But if you have no choice, you say it like that, then okay lah. Right? There will be water under the bridge. People will forget about it. Okay? So next, we want to ask for the adverb. Alright, we want to ask like to what extent, how much, is it very or is it like amari? So we will use this word called dono kurai. Alright, dono kurai simply means to what extent. Right, so just now we learned how is it, then we learned what kind, then now we learn to what extent. Right, to what extent. Yeah, so to what extent, as in you can see lah, how difficult is Japanese. So that's why I say to what extent. So to what extent is Japanese difficult, something like that, right? So the translation is somewhat like to what extent is it difficult, to what extent is it cheap, right? But of course the translation can be even simpler lah, like how difficult, right? Okay. Then let's talk about lesson 5 grammar. We also covered this last week. Okay, let's revise on this one. Number 1. 佐藤さんは目が綺麗です. Alright, so now we have two particles in this sentence. It is underlined, it is called wa, and it is called ga. So these two particles, they have their own purpose. The wa, as I told you all the time, it represents the subject particle. So subject particle means it introduces the main character in this sentence. Right? Who is this sentence about? What is this sentence about? Right? For example, 机は高いです. That means the table is expensive. Right? So I can use wa. 机は高いです. That means I'm talking about the table, it is expensive. Right? About the table is expensive. I can also say the other particle, which is ga. So ga is an object particle. So object particle means it is the secondary character in our sentence, or the thing that we want to describe in a sentence. Okay, so for example, 机が高いです. That means the table is expensive also. Right? But however, we have a subject that is not mentioned here. When we use ga, there will always be a subject that is not mentioned. So who is the subject here? 教室は机が高いです. So in this case, the classroom's chair is expensive. Then, since I'm using apostrophe s, can we change to no? Can. We can change to no. Then, 教室の椅子が高いです. Then who is the subject in this case? It will be somebody else already lah. 私は教室 something. Right? So in this case, I don't want to confuse you. I just want to give you a very simple example. Let's use the example of Li Xianlong. Li Xianlong wa ski desu. Right? Ski means like. Li Xianlong wa ski desu. Versus Li Xianlong ga ski desu. First one, Li Xianlong wa ski desu means Li Xianlong likes something. We don't know what. Okay? He likes it. Li Xianlong ga ski desu. Someone like Li Xianlong. Okay, somebody lah. It can be me, it can be you, right? Because I never introduced the subject. So Li Xianlong ga suki desu. That means you like Li Xianlong. So to put it in a very simple way, right? A wa suki desu. This is suki desu. Versus A ga suki desu. So the first one will be A likes something. The B one is something likes A. Now you see the difference. Right? Over here A is the subject. Over here A is the object. Right? So this is what I mean by subject and object. Wa and ga. Can they be interchangeably used? Depend on the context. Depend on the context. But most of the time, you don't want to say that you like Li Hsien Loong. You want to say Li Hsien Loong likes it, right? Not you like Li Hsien Loong. So don't create unnecessary miscommunications. So understand which one is the subject particle, understand which one is the object particle, right? So subject of reference, object of reference. Okay, any questions about this one? No, Here we continue the next one. 私はリンゴが好きです。Right? So, who is the subject here? The subject is 私. I am the main character. What is the object that I want to talk about? リンゴ. Lingo is my object. So, what about the object? 好きです. Right? So, in this sentence, am I talking about 好きです? As in, is 好き related to me? Yes, because I'm the subject. And then, is the lingo related to ski? Yes, because the lingo is the object of reference here. So the subject likes the object. Subject likes the object. So I like apple. Okay, it is a little bit more complicated than English, but this is how they say it in Japanese. Alright, the wa will tell people what is the subject. The ga will tell people what is the object. Okay, moving on. So we have our question word, which is nani ga. So nani ga suki. Right? So nani is object. So object ga suki. So we change the object to nani. So nani is what. Okay, so what. So we want to know who is the subject, right? So for number 5, you can see anata wa. So anata wa is the subject here. So you. So you like what? Right? You like what? Versus what like apple, right? Or who like apple. So in that case, we will change the question already if we want to ask who like apple. So I think we have it below, right? Who like apple? Is it? Don't have. But anyways, we have other question words such as doko ga, dare ga. Right? So instead of saying nani ga, you can change it to doko ga or nani or dare ga. These are basically the object questions. Okay, for example, dare ga suki, doko ga suki. That means where do you like, who do you like. So we just change the question. Then back to what I want to say just now. If you want to change the subject, it will just be right, very simple. For example, I just put in the word apple here. Lingo. I just change this one to 誰はリンゴが好きですか? Okay. So 誰はリンゴが好きですか? So it becomes who like apple. Right? I asking a question for the subject. Okay. But of course, this is not the best. This is not the best way to phrase it like that. Instead, the most correct way to phrase it, if you want to ask who likes apple, it will be リンゴは誰が好きですか? So why am I phrasing it like that? Because we know the subject. The subject is lingo. Right? The primary subject in this case is lingo. So lingo wa, secondary will be our question. Our question will always be secondary. So 誰が好きですか? So this is the correct way to ask if you're asking who likes apple.
誰の? 誰の?
誰の? No is possession. So what do you mean? You want to replace where?
誰が? Can we make it 誰の? リンゴは誰の好きです?
リンゴは誰の好きですか? No. You know why? Because the word after no is a descriptor, an adjective. So we cannot say you own the adjective. 誰の好き? That means it's like the love that belongs to who. We don't say it like that. So we don't use no in this case. Right? So it has to be our object. So in this case, just now I mentioned, right? we can change the subject to dare, but that's not the best way to ask questions because we usually do not leave our subject of the sentence empty. There must always be something or someone of reference. Right? So in this case, our reference will be bingo. Okay? So you can think of it as apple who like. Right? About apple who like. Alright? So in this case, we prioritize the subject particle first. So you want to ask who like apple? I know. Just now I say already, right? The who like apple, this one. The A likes something, B something likes A. Okay, this one will come into place when we have something lah. But in this case, we want to ask who likes apple, and we know the apple is a fixed item. Like we're going to talk about apple. We are going to talk about apple. So the entire sentence is about apple. So we can make apple the subject. Instead, the one that we don't know, we leave it as the secondary subject, which is the object. Alright? Right? In this question, I'm not saying apple like who. Rather, about apple, who like. Right? So the correct way to ask like who likes apple will be Ringo wa dare ga suki desu ka? Okay, then we move on to the next one. Right, in Japanese we don't have words like headache. We don't have things like toothache or stomachache. So we have to say like in a very literal sense. My stomach is pain. My head is pain. My foot is pain. My tooth is pain. Right? We don't have words like headache or stomachache. So in this case, we need to use our subject, our object. So who is the subject? Watashi. Who is the object here? What is the object here? Atama. Right? What about the object? Itai desu. Right? Itai is an adjective. Right? It's to describe something. So describe pain. So it means pain lah. Then last week we also have people asking, can we just say watashi no atama ga itai desu? Yes, we can. Because no is a possession particle, right? So I possess the head. Right? So in this case, you can say the head that I possess, which is my head. Right? My head is pain. Right? My head is pain. Then in this case, who is the subject? Can be anybody lah. But of course, in this case, we use ga because our object of reference here is watashi no atama.
It's like head of mine is paining.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, watashi no atama ga itai desu. It's okay. Watashi no atama wa itai desu. That means my head. Okay, in this case, right, watashi no atama wa itai desu. Although I said that we need to have a subject, yes. But if we make this watashi no atama wa, it becomes your head is the subject. Your head is pain. Like that, in this case, you're not saying your head is painful. You're saying that you're suggesting that your head name is pain. Right? So the best way is to put the place that we have a pain, which is in this case your atama, we put it as the object. Right? Object is pain. Right? Not the subject is pain. Because you need to have, in order to say that your head is pain, there must be a subject of reference. So in this case, the subject is actually watashi. So think about it. Let's put it simply. If you use the no particle here, the subject is watashi. So it becomes watashi wa watashi no atama ga itai desu. So you're repeating this watashi 2 times. Right? This is why I say the second one has to be a ga because there's always a subject. But subject watashi, you repeat with the watashi no atama. You are repeating the same thing. So that's why we can drop the watashi no atama. Drop the watashi. And just keep it as like that. Watashi wa atama ga itai desu. But if you want to omit out the watashi wa and you just want to say watashi no atama, that's also fine as well. Both is okay. Okay? Okay, then we stopped here at the conversation last week. Okay, let me go through the conversation. After we go to conversation, then we talk about lesson 4 homework. Okay, lesson 5, I will go first. Tanaka-san, あれは nan desu ka? So nan simply means what? So what is that? Right? Are wa nan desu ka? So that, right? Are is that. So what is that? T replies, are wa kirin desu. Right? Are wa kirin desu. So that is giraffe desu. Kirin wa kubi ga nagai desu ne. So kirin is our subject here. The object is the neck. The reference object here is the neck. So giraffe neck ga nagai. So nagai means long. So giraffe neck is long. About the giraffe, the neck is long.
If the giraffe, they can see it, then why Hareva Nam this Soreva Nam this can see it?
Okay, so in this case, the definition of are and sore, it differs from people to people. For me, if I cannot see, I will say are. Because if I can see, I can just point and say sore, right? So for me, my definition is if I cannot see, I will use are. But some textbook they will say, oh, 5 meters away from you, you use are already. 10 meters away from you, you use are already. So it differs from people to people, you see. The best one I feel is always, if you cannot see, then you use are. That's how I feel lah. But nothing is stopping you from using are to point out Tampines Mall from here. Or point out the wall, the cranes on the wall from here. Nothing is stopping you. No one is stopping you. Right? It's just that I feel if I can see, I can point, it's too near lah. Right? It's a bit too near to say are there. Right? Okay, nah? Yeah. So it differs from people to people. Right? Are wa nan desu ka? Are wa kirin wa kubi ga nagai desu ne. So about the giraffe, right? The subject here is giraffe. About the giraffe, neck. The neck. Nagai desu. So long desu. Next. Are wa zou desu. So that is elephant. Zou wa hana ga nagai desu. So about the elephant, the hana is nose. So nose ga nagai desu. So about the elephant, the nose is long. Then he says, saru desu yo. Right? Saru desu yo. So this is an exclamation. It's like, oh. Right? Oh in English. Right? Oh. Saru desu yo. So monkey. Right? Monkey desu yo. So what is this yo particle here about? This yo particle here is to exclaim like you're just checking your understanding with the other party. So like, saru desu yo. It's like, oh, monkey there. Right? So you're trying to ask confirmation from other party at the same time you're exclaiming, oh, monkey. Right? I mean, for sure you know it's a monkey lah, but you want to attract the attention of other party. You want him to like, yeah, it's a monkey. So you want him to like confirm with you it's a monkey. Right? Saru wa banana ga suki desu. Right? Saru wa banana ga suki desu. So about monkey, banana likes. Right? Banana like. So they like banana lah. Monkey like banana. Okay? What if in this sentence we change the wa to a no? Saru no banana ga suki desu. Right? It becomes the monkey's banana. Right? But there's no banana in this case. Right? There's no banana that exists in this particular scene. He's just saying monkeys like banana in a general sense. Right? So if we change the wa to a no, it becomes like the monkey is holding on to a banana already. And he likes that particular banana. Right? But in this case, there's no banana. We are just saying monkey likes banana in general. Right? So that's the biggest difference between the no and the wa. Okay? L replies, この動物園は本当に楽しいですね. So 本当に simply means really, right? It means like wow, it is really enjoyable, right? Really, right? You're just saying like wow, very very enjoyable, really really enjoyable. Okay, that means a true feeling lah. Then the last particle ね, right? 楽しいですね. So it's like asking the other party, fun right? So asking him for a confirmation that it is fun because he himself cannot confirm that it is fun. Alright? So he's just asking, fun right? Next line. 田中さんは動物が好きですか? So 田中さん, about 田中さん, animals he like. Right? So similarly in this question, if we change the wa to a no, it becomes Tanaka-san no dobutsu ga suki desu ka? It becomes like he is the one owning the animals. So does he like his own animal? Which is no lah. Right? He doesn't own an animal. So we cannot change the wa to a no in this case. Right? So in this case, we're just saying, does Tanaka-san like animal in general? Right? Not, that means animal that doesn't belong to him. It's just like in general. Okay, then he replies, eh. So this eh is an agreement. How to agree in Japanese, right? It's like hi. But instead of saying hi, they can be like eh. So instead of saying yes, you just say yeah. Right? It's a bit softer but still agree. Right? Eh, suki desu. Tokuni. So tokuni means especially. Right? Especially. So especially, inu ga daisuki desu. Right? So daisuki. The word dai here is an adverb. You can think of it as a totemo. Right? It is just a cousin of totemo. You can change it with totemo if you want to. Right? Inu ga totemo suki desu. Or totemo, you can change it to dai. Daisuki desu. Both is the same meaning.
So anywhere we use totemo, we can use dai?
Dai sounds more childish. So I would recommend to use totemo. Because usually children will say dai, daisuki. Only children will say such. Okay, L replies, so desu ka. So this so desu ka is like, is it? Right? So he just reply like, is it? Right? Watashi wa tori ga suki desu. So about me, birds I like. Right? Tori ga suki. So tori is bird. So about me, birds I like. Right? I'm not saying I own a bird, but I like birds in general. Tori is bird. Tori Q is chicken skewer. Tori has two meaning, bird and chicken. Okay? So Tori Q simply means chicken barbecue. Right? Because Tori BBQ. Right? That's why Tori Q. By the way, Tori Q is not opened by Japanese. It's opened by Singaporean.
Oh, is it?
The owner I know. Yeah. He's a Singaporean guy. Okay. じゃあ、嫌いな動物は何ですか? So じゃあ simply means so. Right? So 嫌いな. So 嫌い is a na adjective. So we have to put the na. So 嫌いな動物. So animals that you hate. Or if you want to think of it as an adjective, hated animal. Right? Hated animal. Right? If you want to think of it as an adjective, it will become hated animal. Hated animal wa nan desu ka? What is it? Right? So what do you hate? Then T replies, hebi ga daikirai desu. Right? Daikirai desu. So big head lah. Okay, so hebi, about hebi, right? You don't see they use hebi wa daikirai desu. That means like hebi hate what? But in this case, we don't want to say the snake hates something. We want to say that we hate the snake. So we hate the snake is the object that we hate here. Hebi ga daikirai desu. Rim-san wa? So he's asking him back the question, but he never finished the question. Alright, so what was the question that he asked about? Kirai na dobutsu wa nan desu ka? Right, so he's asking back the same question. Kirai na dobutsu wa nan desu ka? L says, watashi mo. Right, remember mo means also, right? So watashi mo hebi ga zenzen suki ja arimasen. So suki is a na adjective. So suki na is an adjective. So suki, the negative form will be ja arimasen. Right? So before that we add a zen. So zen is another adverb. This adverb is very similar to amari sonani. Right? So amari sonani means not so. In this case, zen is even worse. It means not at all. Right? It's like I don't even like it at all. Zero. I don't even like it at all. Not one word. Right? So same thing, same as amari and sonani, we need to put negative. That's why you see the ja arimasen. Right? We need to use it in the negative sense. We learned before the mamo, remember? Also. Alright. I also don't like snakes. Okay, so if you can remember, mo, we learned it in lesson 1. Right? Watashi mo gakusei desu. Right? Instead of saying watashi wa gakusei desu, I am student. Watashi mo gakusei desu, I also student. right? So mo has the highest priority in all the particles. For example, we want to say I also something, right? We will change whatever particle there is to mo, to say that I also like that, I also this thing, right? So we'll learn a lot more particles down the road, but whenever we want to say also, it will replace the particle as priority order, right? Next, last line. Ato, gokiburi mo kirai desu. So gokiburi means cockroach. So cockroach also hate desu, right? So instead of saying gokiburi ga kirai desu, because mo has more priority, so we say gokiburi mo kirai desu. Okay. Then the word ato. Ato means also. Okay, so it doesn't really mean also. It's more like in addition, moreover. You can think of it as also lah. Also, I don't like. I also don't like. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it just means like in addition, like moreover, like I have something else to say. I have more things I want to say. Right? So ato. Okay, any questions about this passage? We will have two people present this to us, read it out for us. Okay, who want to try? I forgot the last one we asked who already. I think it's here, right? Second row, right? Okay lah, then the last round. Okay lah, then the husband and wife lah.
Okay, then I will be the elder.
Okay.
田中さん、あれは何ですか？
それはキリンです。キリンは首が長いですね。あれは象です。象は鼻が長いです。あ、猿ですよ。猿はバナナが好きです。
この動物園は本当に楽しいですね。田中さんは動物が好きですか？
好きです。特に犬が大好きです。
そうですか。私は鳥が好きです。じゃあ嫌いな動物は何ですか？
蛇が大嫌いです。リンさんは？
私は蛇が全然好きじゃありません。あとゴキブリも嫌いです。
Okay, not bad. Just that you stumbled over one word. 動物園. Just repeat after me. 動物園. 動物園. Okay. Other than that, I think the intonation has a bit of it's a bit off, the intonation. So this one, I mean, we are not a phonics class lah. So for a start, we focus on understanding the particles and the grammar first. Intonation can come when you reach N3, right? When you actually need to talk to people, then you can practice the phonics and the intonation. But some of the common intonation error here is saru, not saru, right? Saru. 動物園 do is not do, is I don't know how to pronounce. Do is going down. 動物園 right? And then 楽しい right? Not 楽しい yeah, it's not flat, it's there's an up and down. 楽しい right? And then we also have heavy, right? So that one has an intonation to it lah.
This one,
本当に
Hontoni.
yeah, 本当に okay, the other one 鳥 yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I think the rest is okay. Okay, no questions. We will go on to our homework for lesson 4. Homework for lesson 4. Huh? Don't have. Wait a minute. Lesson 4. Okay, lesson 4. Okay, we learned about adjectives in lesson 4. So these are the adjectives that we need to try to translate them. Okay, so can you tell me, okay, Shri, expensive.
Takai.
Takai desu. Then the next one?
Takakunai.
Takakunai desu, thank you. Takakunai desu. Right, very simple, right? Takai. We just remove the i, put in the kunai. Right? Takakunai. Very simple. Next one, tasty. Oishii desu. Okay, oishii desu, then negative. Oishikunai desu, thank you. Oishikunai desu. So we still have one more e, so we keep the e sound. Okay. Yeah, oishii. But however, for the previous one, there is no more I after we remove the one. So we cannot like takai kunai. There's no more e sound. So takakunai. Now I'm just saying it's a common mistake, right? Takakunai, not takai kunai. But the second one, there's still one I there, so we can still have a bit of e sound, but not so long lah. So oishii. Then we remove the last one, oishikunai. Oishikunai. Right? We don't drag out the e sound intentionally, oishikunai. Instead of oishikunai. Right? Next, number 4. Difficult. Muzukashii desu. So the negative? Muzukashii kunai desu. Very good. And the next one, easy. Yasashi. Yasashi kunai desu. Okay, very good. Number 6, almost. Sorry. Almost. Yeah. Yes, number 6.
Omoshiroi desu.
Omoshiroi desu. Then negative?
Omoshirokunai desu.
Omoshirokunai desu. Right, there's no more e sound. We remove the last e, no more e sound. So omoshirokunai. No omoshiroi kunai. There's no more e sound, huh? Number 7, hot, yes. Atsui desu. Negative? Atsukunai desu. Thank you. Right, we remove the last I, no more I sound already. So atsukunai desu. Number 8, good.
Yoi desu.
Yoi desu. Okay.
Yokunai desu.
Yokunai desu. Very good. Okay. So yoi has another way to say also. We can also say e, double I, right? So e or yoi. But the negative one, we only have yokunai. We cannot say ikunai because there's no such thing as ikunai. Okay? So only have yoi or e. Then the negative only have one, yokunai. Right. Na adjective. So this one, remove the des, put in the dewa arimasen. Right? So kind is shinsetsu desu. Yes, yeah, for 3, yeah. Negative will be
Shinsetsu. Janai desu.
janai desu. Thank you. Janai desu. Number 3, can, why cannot? Either or is fine, why? Number 3, beautiful. Kirei desu. Negative? Kirei ja arimasen. Thank you. Number 4, famous? Yume desu. Negative? Yume de wa arimasen. Very good. And then, yes, Serene? Okay, sorry, I mean Cecilia. Shizuka desu. Shizuka de wa arimasen. Okay, I have a last one, easy. You want to help Kunza?
What the hell is this?
I added a new one. Easy.
What is the other words of it? Yasashi.
No, for now adjective, easy. Simple. Kantan, yeah, we talked about this just now. Kantan. So the negative is? Kantan ja arimasen. Okay, very good. Thank you. Next part. How come I got all the answers here? Okay. So we continue from Ian. Number 1, Singapore is beautiful. How about Hong Kong? Okay, translate this for me.
Wait, I forgot to write the chronology for the next.
Oh, so you cannot read.
second one.
You can do the second one. Okay, you give me the second one.
私の町は静かです。
Okay, good. 私の町は静かです。Okay, so please write in hiragana for practice. 静か。静かです。町。町は静かです。Okay, number 1.
Can you use watashi no?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Town.
Yeah, my town. Yeah, so she never write 私の but it's okay lah. Okay, 私の町は静かです. Right, to show possession of the town, like you are from the town, you have a relationship with the town. So 私の町は静かです. Okay, yes, Jin-kun, you okay for number 1?
シンガポールは綺麗です。香港はどうですか?
Oh, very good. Right? So Singapore, you're right in what? Katakana, right?
Oh.
Can also lah. Hiragana for practice only, but supposed to be written in katakana.
Is the
Country's name.
country name is the
Katakana. Right?
Yeah,
So Singapore. Right, this is Singapore. Singapore は綺麗です。綺麗です。Then you close the sentence. Okay, Hong Kong you also supposed to write in katakana, but they write in hiragana here lah. Okay, so Hong Kong. Wow, suddenly I forgot to write KO. What is K katakana? Ko, yes, Hong Kong. Wa do desu ka. Right? So the country's name is supposed to write in the katakana. Okay, number 3. I will not write anymore. Yes, 3. Is Miss Tanaka kind?
田中さんは親切ですか?
Yes, so Tanaka-san wa shinsetsu desu ka? Very good. Then you reply, yes, she is kind. She's very kind.
はい、とても親切
Yeah, とても親切です. Very good. I'll repeat the answer again. So the first one is Miss Tanaka kind. Tanaka-san wa shinsetsu desu ka? Right, it's a question. So she is friendly? Question mark. Right, shinsetsu desu ka? Then the answer, はい。とても親切です.
I put in front of Kanojo.
Yeah, you never. Oh, you mean for the second answer, is it?
Oh.
The answer you put 彼女は親切です.
Hi, Kanojo.
Yeah, can. Why not?
We use Totemo and Thailand also can like
Can.
this because right, she is very kind.
Yeah. So it's up to you whether you want to put in a subject, right? Because we already know we are talking about Miss Tanaka. So Tanaka-san, we already talked about her. So your answer can choose to omit her if you want to, because we are talking about the same subject, right? So subject can omit only if we know who we're talking about already. Alright?
So we can say hi, 大親切です
We don't say 大親切です. It's very weird. とても. Okay. 大, right, is I know I say it's childish, but usually it is for things like I like it a lot, I hate it a lot, right? It's used for this kind of situation. But we don't really say, wow, she is kind a lot, right? We don't really say that, right? So reserve 大 only for things that we can say like I like a lot, I hate a lot.
大好き
Yeah, 大好き, 大嫌い.
大嫌い
But we don't use it for 大上手. Remember, 上手 means good at. We haven't learned it, I think it's that one in lesson 8. Okay, 上手 is good at. No, we don't say 大上手, right? But instead we say とても上手. Yeah. Then other verb that you have learned, for example, 熱い. We don't say 大熱いです. Wow, very hot a lot. We don't say that in English, right? So this is why we use とても熱いです. Very hot. Yeah. So 大 is that's why I didn't tell you, but now I tell you, it's actually something like a lot. Like a lot, hate a lot. Right? So if you think can use something a lot in English, then likely can use 大 in Japanese. But it's very childish lah. It's a bit of a kiddie kind of way to say like I like this a lot, I like that a lot. Right? Okay lah. Next. This newspaper is not interesting. Yes, Nobel.
この新聞は面白くないです.
Very good. この shinbun, right? This newspaper. Kono shinbun wa, right? That's our subject. Wa omoshiroku nai desu. Right? Omoshiroi is the original word. We remove the i, just put in the kunai. So omoshiroku nai desu. Okay, next one. That fruit is delicious and cheap.
Yeah, never put ichigo. Watashi sono kudamono oishii desu.
Yeah, don't need to put ichigo.
Soshite yasui desu.
Very good. No, I mean it shows the picture of the strawberry lah, but they say translate that fruit. So that fruit, right? Sono kudamono. Or if you want to say ichigo.
Where do you find the word fruit?
Or if you
Yeah.
if you want to use the word ichigo, it's fine as well. Ichigo wa oishii desu. That's the first sentence, huh? Oishii desu. Full stop. So shite, comma, yasui desu. Right? So this is how we use the N.
Oh no, wait.
We
I
can
feel when
say
we talk
kono
about
kodomo no.
But when we talk, must have a
Oishii to
pause or
oishii desu.
Yes, we can, but we want to learn what we have. We want to use what we have learned. We haven't learned to yet, right? We
But
haven't.
when we talk, must have a pause on it.
Yeah, after the full stop.
So no ichigo and pause.
Yes.
Soshite.
So I'll read the sentence to you. Sono kudamono wa oishii desu. Soshite yasui desu. So you.
I must put
Let you
the
continue.
dash in between.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I repeat the question, answer again. Sono kudamono wa oishii desu. Then you breathe in. Soshite yasui desu.
But when you write, must put comma, right?
No, full stop then comma.
Oh, it's a full stop after
Yeah.
this.
Yes. It's two separate sentences. Right? And then Shri suggests whether we can use to. Right? Oishii to yasui desu. At this point in time, we haven't learned to, but we can use it.
So then only one base only.
Yes. Yes. But however, we use soshite is to let you practice how to say and then. So she use soshite is fine as well. You use to is fine as well.
But if you use shoshite, then we have to use 2 days. Oishii desu shoshite.
Yeah, so it's a longer sentence. Yeah, of course there's an even faster way to say, don't even use to. There's a faster way to say lah. But that one I don't teach you first. That one is going to be E3. Okay, number 6. Yes, number 6, is it Cecilia?
試験は難しいです。いえ、難しくない
Yes.
です。
Very good.
My journal is ですか
Yeah, you've got to say ka, yeah. Okay, so I repeat the answer. Shiken. Shiken is the exam, right? So this sentence will be about the exam. So shiken wa muzukashii desu ka? Muzukashii desu ka? Right? Is it difficult? Question mark. Right? Muzukashii desu ka? Then you reply. Iie muzukashiku nai desu. Right? Muzukashiku nai desu. Right? Iie muzukashiku nai desu. Right? Not so difficult. Okay, next. Is this bag expensive or cheap? Yes. 本者。
このカバンは高いそれとも安いですか
Okay, so if you use それとも it's the same as us using そして we need 2 des and a full stop. Okay, so his answer is almost there. I repeat このカバンは right, there's our subject. このカバンは高いですか高いですか Then full stop. Next sentence. それとも question. That one means or それとも Then comma. それとも安いですか Right? So you can think of it as the bag is expensive or is it cheap? Right? So instead of putting it in one sentence, we are separating it. Right? In Chinese, this それとも means 还是 but we don't put 还是 in the same sentence, right? Yeah, so explains why we need 2 sentences for it. Yeah. So in Japanese, there's no particle for or. We have to say either それとも or there's another higher level grammar. But anyway, that one also very long. The higher level grammar also very long for the word or. English is just 2 letters, but then in Chinese, in Japanese, it's very long. Okay. Number 8, it is very expensive. Yes, Ian.
あれは高いです。
あれは高いです。Thank you. あれは高いです。Then you forget to give me the very.
大変高い。
Yeah, he give you one already. You give me another one. とても。Who said とても? Okay, she used とても already. You give me another one. すごく right, thank you. すごく高いです right, すごく高いです So either one is fine, huh? 大変高いですとても高いですすごく高いです either one is fine But we cannot use 大高いです here Right, expensive a lot, what does it mean? Expensive a lot Right? Number 9, how do you find the Japanese language? Yes, Jinkun.
日本語はどうですか？
日本語はどうですか? Very good. So we are introducing the subject 日本語 So 日本語はどうですか? About Japanese, how is it? Right, about Japanese language, how is it? Number 10, yes, 3. A bit difficult.
難しいですか？面白いです。
There's no question here. It's just a sentence. It
で
is.
すが、
Oh, okay, okay. One more time.
難しいですが、面白いです。
Very good. 難しいですが面白いです I never use the subject, but if you put the subject, you can.
ちょっと。
Oh, sorry. Yes, you forgot to mention the little. Yeah, so ちょっと So それはちょっと難しいですがでも sorry 難しいですが面白いです Okay, so you want to use ちょっと you want to use
少し。
少し is fine. So either is fine. You want to use ちょっと or you want to use 少し both is fine. Right. Although the translation here is a but then ga is not really but, right? I've mentioned to you. It's more like on this hand is like that, on the hand is like that. So it doesn't have to be contrasting adjectives. Yeah, it's just like my opinion is like that, but on the other hand, my opinion is like that. Right.
So instead of that, what we can use?
Have we learned demo? Haven't yet. Yeah, but anyway we'll learn soon lah. Demo is another way to say but it's really contrast. Right? Okay, next one. Complete the sentence with words in the bracket. Alright, so in this case, in the bracket we have kirei and hana. So, Nobel, sakura wa?
I'm not sure if I did this correctly.
Just try. We put the word.
Sakura wa kirei hana desu.
Okay, kirei is a e adjective or na adjective? Na adjective. So you want to try again? Kirei. Kirei. Your friend give you the answer already. Kirei.
Is this?
Don't have the I.
No, it's kirei na.
Kirei na.
Yeah.
Hana and the kirei is friend.
Kirei na hana desu.
Yes. Okay. So because kirei is a na adjective, kirei is a na adjective. Don't be fooled by the e at the end. Right? I know it's kirei e, but don't be fooled by the e and think it's an e adjective. It is actually a na adjective. Right? Kirei na hana desu. Yes. So kirei na hana desu. Okay, so to recap, all the e adjective ends with a I. All the e adjective ends with a I. But not all the words that end with an e is an e adjective. Understand? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Can okay, can. Let's move on. Number 2.
Like kirei.
Yeah, like kirei and yume, e, either one is also an adjective. Okay, number 2. We have in the bracket 新しい Nihongo and hon. Then それはこれは
これは新しい日本語の本です。
Thank you. 新しい Yes, we need the no. Okay, I explain now. So, Nihongo is a noun. Hon is a noun. So, noun, bridge to noun, we must have a no. So, Nihongo no hon. Right? In Chinese, we say 日本的书. Right? 日本语的书. So we need the no, we need the there, okay? We need the connection. Then let's go back to the first one, atarashi. Atarashi is an E adjective. When we put it in front of our noun, in this case our noun here is Nihongo no hon. Okay, I combine the two noun together become one big noun, Nihongo no hon. So this big noun is a noun. So E adjective connect to a noun, we don't need to add anything. Just put it there only. Right, so atarashi Nihongo no hon desu. Any other answers or disputes? No. Yeah, very important to end with this. Very polite.
日本語の本は新しいです。
Can, but in this case it starts with それは. So our particle is それ, our subject is それ. それ means that. So that means that thing is whatever I'm pointing to, that one is our subject of the sentence. Right, so that is new Japanese book. If you want to say that Japanese book is new, what do we change? So no 日本語の本は新しいです。Yes, but in this case we're not using その, we're using それ.
Nihongo, that means is that book
Yes.
is new.
Yes. So remember the difference between the それ and the その?
This is new
Yeah.
and that is book.
Yeah. That book. Yeah.
That
So
book.
その is immediately accompanied by a noun. Right, that's why we その本. それ is accompanied by a subject particle は. それは. So that's the biggest difference. Okay?
それは新しい
それは、じゃあ、just copy 啦。新しい日本語の本です。Okay, moving on, number 3. In the bracket, we have 有名, and we also have ところ, and then 浅草は
浅草は有名なところです。
Okay, 浅草は有名なところです。is an adjective. So 有名なところです。Clear? And we continue on with the next part. Okay, so this one person will give me all 3 answers. Right. What is kind in Japanese? kunze. 親切です。Okay, so A. 高橋さんは
親切ですか
親切ですか Okay, good. B. はい、大変。
大変親切です。
親切です。Thank you. Number C. いいえ。
親切じゃありません。
親切ではありません。Thank you very much. So first one, 親切ですか Second one, 親切です。Third one, 親切ではありません。or 親切じゃありません。Okay, number 2. What is interesting?
面白い。
面白い。Thank you. So いいadjective は A. その雑誌は
面白い。
面白いですか Right, don't need to change anything. Right, 面白いですか B. はい。
面白いです。
面白いです。Very good. C. いいえ、あんまり。
面白くない。
面白くないです。Thank you. 面白くないです。Right, no more E sound, so 面白くないです。Okay, yes. ジン君、good is?
良い。
良い。Thank you. A. この車は
良いですか
良いですかですが、sorry, ですが。Guys, please pronounce が not car. 2 times today I hear it's car. Alright, so 車は良いですが Next sentence あの車あんまり
良くない
良くないです Thank you あんまり良くないです Alright, because we have the adverb あんまり so we need to use the negative form あんまり良くないです Okay, next one, number 5, Shri, famous in what kind of in Japanese we say? How do we say what kind in Japanese?
No.
What kind? Start with D. It's a question word.
どんな
Donna, thank you. どんなカメラですか So what kind of camera is it? Right, don't camera desu ka? So what kind of camera is it? Number 5, famous camera.
You mean
What you give answer for her? Never mind. She give the answer already. Yume camera desu. Correct? Wrong.
I think it was really school.
Yume is a what adjective? Na adjective. Yume na camera desu. Thank you. Okay, yume na. We need the na. We cannot just say yume camera desu. Yume na camera desu. Okay. Number 6, Japan made.
日本のカメラ
Thank you. Nihon no camera desu. Nihon no camera desu. Alright, camera that is related to Japan. Right, Nihon no camera desu. Number 7, hot cold. Yes, Cecilia.
ここは今暑いですかそれとも寒いですか
Very good. So she asks, alright, is China cold or is it hot? Right? So I repeat the answer. 暑いですか寒いですか Okay, 暑い and 寒い Please be careful. 寒い not 冷たいですか Right? The difference between 冷たい、涼しい、寒い You understand? Okay. Nobody asked me anything, so I'll move on. I assume they all know what is 寒い、冷たい and 涼しい Samui is cold, weather cold. Alright? Air is cold. 冷たい is cold, but you have to touch. You have to physically touch it, then you can say it's 冷たい Then 涼しい is just cooling. Like very cooling. Right? It's not that cold, but it's cooling. Okay, next we have a conversation. Page 37 is referring to the one in lesson 3. So the one in lesson 3, we were asking for the location, right? The position or something. You're there already. Yeah. Right, so it's asking for the position of where is something. So question number 1. 君子right? 郵便局はどこですか？
ビルの
あのビルの
向こうです。
向こうです。あのビルの向こうです。Right? How do we know? Let me see. We can tell it from the second line, right?
Yes.
Then they literally they ask you the question just before that, right? 郵便局ですか？あのビルの向こうです。So あの means that, right? So that building の向こう。向こう means beyond. What is あの? What is the building?
I mean, I never read Anon.
Then what you write? 郵便局の向こうです。
Oh, I thought you asking me to answer the question. No, mine is 郵便局はビルの向こうです。
But we never specify what ビル。このビル、このビル、そのビル、あのビル。So in this case, because we need to specify what building, so we still need to copy the unknown.
So Anon.
Yeah, we still have to copy the unknown because we need to specify which building, right? あのビルの向こうです。But do we know what building? No, we don't know, right? They never tell us what building. We just say that building.
Beer is also beer.
No, that one is a long sound. ビル。
Beer.
ビル and ビル。
Sorry.
Oh,
My God.
that means
I'm so sorry.
No way,
Okay, very funny.
I thought it was
I told him to message me. I go out. Your tropics.
No, it was a baby crying, then I was there, suddenly got pom pom. Then I was like,
It was
Hey.
really funny.
there was just some baby was crying. But it's okay. Yeah, so basically they never specify what building. So the answer cannot just be a biru no muko desu. They have to specify what building. So in this case, ano biru no muko desu. Right, ano biru no muko desu. Okay, number 2. 銀行はどこですか? Yes, Ian.
銀行は郵便局の隣です。
Okay, so how do we know from the fourth line, right? 銀行は郵便局の隣ですね。But we don't need to copy the ne and we don't need to copy the eto. Right? We just need to lift up the entire sentence in the middle. 銀行は郵便局の隣です。Number 3. 図書館はどこですか？ Is
図書館は郵便局の前です。
Okay, very good from the third last line, right? そして図書館は郵便局の前です。Or we don't need to say the そして。Right? Just quote from the 図書館は郵便局の前です。I hope you copy but you understand what is the passage saying. Okay, if you don't know, just pass. Last one, yes, 3. 図書館は今日休みですか？ Right. So 図書館 is what? Library, right? So 図書館は今日 is what? 今日 is? Today. 休み is?
Open.
Rest day. Right? 休み is rest. So where do you see the word 休み?
Yes, means. 図書館は今日は休みです。
Very good. Right? We don't need to say the demo and the yo. Right? Demo. 図書館は今日休みですよ. That's where we found the information. So we just need to copy. 図書館は今日休みです. Right? The library today is closed. Today is rest. Right? Then we learned demo before already. Why y'all say never learned before yet? Demo means but what? Right? It means however or but. Right? However, today the library is closed. Okay, so when I say library is closed, I mean today the library is rest day. Right? Rest day equals to close. Okay, let's finish this one. Then we take a break. Okay, number 57. Conversation is referring to lesson 4. Conversation. This is about the person. How is the person? How is your work?
I think a work question.
Your what question?
Q the salary become Q.
Oh. Yeah, I thought I warned you before the Q the dinosaur example. I got tell you about the dinosaur. Eh? Did I crack the joke with you, the dinosaur one?
I think that time you got right.
Yeah, no. So Q if you swap the position around, it becomes Kyoryu. Right? Kyoryu is dinosaur. Kyoryu is salary. Then she went to Google. Kyuri is
I think it's
Kyuri is cucumber.
Cucumber.
So he asked where is my salary become where is my cucumber. Okay, let's talk about the conversation. Question number 1. Kimura-san wa o genki desu ka?
Hi, お元気です。
How do we know he is genki? Number 3, right? Hai okage-sama de. Right? So that one suggests that he is genki, right? Thanks to you, I'm well. So hai genki desu. No, you can.
I'm answering the question.
He's answering the question. He's not answering the other person. When you are questioned, o genki desu ka? Your reply should be as per the passage. Hai okage-sama de genki desu. But however, we are answering a comprehension question, so we don't need to copy the okage-sama de. Okay, that one is politeness. It's just what do you call that? Just words of politeness. We don't have to copy that and put it in our answer here. But when somebody asks you, you need to reply that. Okay, great. Number 2. Tanaka-san no choushi wa dou desu ka?
まあまあです。
まあです. Where we got it from the 4th line. Right? Because the previous line says choushi wa dou desu ka? Then we say まあまあです. まあまあです. Right? So desu. Yeah, can also kare wa. Or you want to omit also can because we already specify who you're asking, right? Tanaka-san no choushi wa dou desu ka? So when you reply, you can choose to omit. You don't want to omit also can. You can because we're already talking about Tanaka-san in the question. Number 3. Kimura-san no shigoto wa dou desu ka?
木村さんはとても忙しいです。
Very good. So how do we know? Because the 5th line, he says, そうですね、とても忙しいです. So why did he say that? Because the question before that was 仕事はどうですか? Right? So we just copy とても忙しいです. Okay? We cannot just say 忙しいです because we need to say how busy, right? So とても we have to copy the とても. とても忙しいです. Number 4. Okay, number 4. 木村さんの給料は どうですか?
給料はあまり良くないです。
Okay, あまり良くないです very good. Alright, so it's not good. Alright, but we don't need to explain 大変です because they're not asking why he 大変 right? They never say どうして大変ですか they never ask, so we don't need to say 大変です we just say why not good? How is the salary? The salary is not good. Right? We don't need to say not good and then that's why it's bad. So we can skip the 大変です Right? So 給料は大変です Right? So I think just now you probably typed in the first first 4 letters into Google Translate. They said QD. They said only got QD.
Yeah, I think my typing is.
Yeah. So QD is cucumber, 給料 then is salary. Okay, so this is for the lesson 4 homework. Any questions? No questions, then we take a short break. Come back at 8:30.
I did lesson 5
Yeah, we have a very hardworking person who did lesson 5. Today we'll do 6 and 5. Today homework will be lesson 6 and 5. So she will have less things to do.
Yeah, I work hard 1 week ago.
I think last week when I give you the homework, I said lesson 4, but if you can, start on lesson 5. That's what I said.
This is what I wrote down.
So I said start on lesson 5, but I didn't say we'll go through lesson 5 today. Okay, we will just break until 8:30.
I'm going to eat here, is it okay?
Can. All of us will smell it.
Okay.
We will smell how delicious the dinner is. Then if anybody haven't eaten, you need to lunch them.
I've got friends.
Everybody eaten already? Eaten already?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It was a heavy rain just now. But it's just a bit only.
Yeah, quite fast.
So that fast, 20 minutes gone already. If you have questions, I can take it now as well. I can help you with some of the things you do not understand. Right? Yeah, and I think we voted something on the group, right? We did a poll. Let me just conclude the poll now.
Fish burger. You want fries? I have fries. But my fries is not good.
Okay, yes, 31st January is supposed to be our makeup day, but I couldn't make it on the day again. So we have rescheduled to the next one, which is 13th February, Friday night. Friday night will be okay. Okay, this class is supposed to end on 11th February. Right, 11th February will be the last class, but since 13th February is 2 days after the last class, so it will serve as, the last class will serve as our quiz class. So on the day, if you can't make it on 13th February, it's okay as well, because it is a quiz day. Yeah, so I designate it as a quiz day. So if you cannot make it, it's fine, because on that day we will do revision. That means I'll go through, revise with you guys, and then I will start on the quiz. So if you can't make it for the quiz on the day, you can feel free to join me on any of my other days at Tampines outlet. Right, so I'll be here on, I think I will start the video on Thursday night, I think. Yeah, let me check, let me confirm now.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll be here on Wednesday night.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll be here on Wednesday night.
My fries no sauce.
But I mean, I live nearby lah, so if you are interested, just let me, I will just let you know when I'm available, I can just go by here.
Wednesday night, you mean 11?
Otherwise, we have to go to Kobe.
11th Feb, you mean Wednesday night, is it?
Yeah, so the
11 is
13th Feb.
13th
11 is
Feb.
the last official class.
Then you were saying that if 13 we can't make it, then which other day we can join?
That one I will text the group lah. But for now, I'm here on,
That whole week, which day are you on other than 11? Can we join before 11 or must be?
no, so 11 will be the
It's
last
a quiz day
academic
for-
class. Yeah, so 11 will be the last academic class. Means I will still be doing lesson 10 homework, going through lesson 10 homework.
Okay.
So if you want to retake, you want to make up for the quiz, it will be after the 11.
Which is
So
13.
13 is the official day, that means I arranged this class. The other day that I will be here at Tampines will be on the Wednesday night, right? I mean, I live nearby also, so I can open other days as well. So for example, you're available on Sunday afternoon. Like for example, where's 13? 13 is here. So for example, 14 morning, you want to come drop by for the quiz, I can open for you. Yeah, 14 morning. Or if you want Chinese New Year that afternoon, I'm also free. The Chinese New Year Eve afternoon, I'm also free. No, I'm just saying, I mean, your 5 of you all have said you all can come on 30 February. I'm just opening this option to whoever who want to make up on another day. Yeah. So the 5% who voted Ken is Serene, Cecilia, Nobel. KZ is who?
Me.
KZ is Kunze and Sri.
This
That
lesson
means-
will we be learning katakana or not?
Which lesson? Which lesson?
This E1.
We learn already mah? First lesson.
Yeah, but it's like most of the time we never write katakana.
Yeah, that doesn't mean we never learned before. Okay, you see katakana is used for foreign borrowed words. Right? So just now I mentioned Singapore and Hong Kong, that one's supposed to be written in katakana. But if I pressure you to memorize the katakana system now, you'll probably jumble it up with the hiragana system. Right? So I want to focus on one first. Then katakana, you learn it on the side for yourself. Right? So for example, you go to Japan, you see that word, oh, that word is what? Then you test yourself. Right? I'm not saying JLPT don't have katakana. Have. But it's still a long way to go
Let's
for
say
it.
all this writing usually is hiragana one.
Usually it's hiragana. Only for foreign borrowed words. If I use words like Hong Kong, Singapore, Doha, right? Then one I have to use katakana. So for this one, I won't have a special lesson for that because how you use it, like most of the sentence, the particle, the like watashi is all in hiragana. So there's like very little chance that we will use katakana. You see. In fact, the only chance we'll use is when they give an example, for example, just now the countries. Then I will tell you, hey, this one is supposed to be katakana. Please note. If you write it in hiragana, sure, fine. For now, it's okay. But actually, it's supposed to be written in katakana. That's what I will remind you only lah.
Is kanji the same also? That means also learn from outside or you will teach in the other level?
So if you flip, for example, lesson 6, you look at lesson 6 vocabulary list. So if you look at lesson 6 vocabulary list, you see the second last column. Yeah. So the second last column of the vocabulary list is already a kanji already. So there is no like teaching of kanji here, you see. You just need to recognize the character, because in JLPT there is no writing. It's only shading, multiple choice. A, B, C, D, E. You shade. So you don't need to write, but I need you to recognize. So that's why I don't really go through how to write for each letter. Yeah. I mean, if you want to learn how to write, very easy. The app that I suggested to you guys, the Shirabe Jisho, the one have the handwriting app.
Apple user.
Sorry, only Apple user. But you can always go on to Google.
Android equivalent then but you must go and find.
You can go to Google. You Google, for example, the word Suzushi. Then the first one will probably be like some Japanese dictionary website. Like there's some, for example, kanoshiconjugator.com. So yeah, so you can go and search it up lah. So we don't need to learn how to write, but we need to learn how to recognize the kanji. Right, that's the most important part. So I'm not saying I'm not teaching you. I'm giving you the kanji already inside the vocabulary list already. It's there. So I'm not going to specially go through each, but it serves as a point of reference for you to understand, oh, this is the kanji that is reflecting this word. Right? So to give you an example, for example, lesson 6 we have right, the first one is Hiruyasumi. Hiruyasumi, the kanji equivalent will be on the rightmost side. Right? That will be how we write the kanji. So you see the last letter of the Chinese character, right? The last character for the kanji column, right, is mi. So that means Hiruyasumi, the first 4 hiragana, Hiruyasu is conjugated, is shortened into the kanji. So how do we know what is what? Previous vocabulary list, we have the word yasumi. Right? So you should know what is yasumi kanji like already. So yasu, right? So if you break up the character, the first character here, right, is hiru. Second character will be yasu. Then mi. So this is how you break up the letters lah. Okay. So for this kanji, I will leave it for you all to practice. Of course, we have kanji class at this school, but that one will be on request on request. We don't really publicize that. It's on request one
But the AN, the one is like Gozen, then the N, but the kanji doesn't come the N.
Yeah, because zen is 前, go is the first character. Yeah, so you split go zen. So if you are interested to know which hiragana is with which kanji, then one you use the dictionary to check. They will explain to you. Yeah, right, go zen. So for example, where is my dictionary? Go zen. It will tell you which one is which one. Yeah, you see this one? So over here, right, they got the characters as well, how to write. Then they will tell you the pronunciation as well. Go. Go. So for some words, for example, this word, we have two pronunciation. One is uma, one is go. Then the second one, we have also mai and also zen. So there is multiple pronunciation for Japanese words, you see. So the one, you can learn it through here. Right? Then the other way is, you can see gozen, right? The pronunciation. So gozen. Then zen is flat. Gozen. Right, to give you another one, for example, hiru. Right? So hiru. So this is going up, right? Hiru. Hiru. So you can see the pronunciation there. You can also press the
Hiru.
My device is muted.
Hiru.
Hiru. Right? So everything is in the dictionary. So all this, we can't go word by word and teach you every single word, you see. This one have to do a bit of self-study. All we can do is we explain to you how the grammar is used. In what way the grammar is used. Because grammar is the backbone of the entire language. It is used to form the sentence structure. But however, things like vocabulary, that one you have to self-study. Vocabulary. Right? Okay. Yeah lah. No bad, you eating? You still eating?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
You are good already?
Yeah.
Okay, then we continue. Okay. Let's wait a bit. Okay, lesson 6. Yes, sorry. Okay, lesson 6, vocabulary list. Let's go through one by one. Repeat after me. Hiru yasumi. Hiru yasumi. Choudo. Choudo. Gozen. Gozen. Gogo. Gogo. Okimasu. Okimasu. Nemasu. Nemasu. Kabemasu. Kabemasu. Nomimasu. Nomimasu. Benkyou shimasu. Benkyou shimasu. Hatarakimasu. Hatarakimasu. Yasumimasu. Yasumimasu. Saikin. Sorry, pause here a bit. So you see all the mas, right? Then you see the last column, V. So V means verbs, right? Verbs means action, right? Like how do you do something, right? You wake up, you sleep, you eat, you drink, you study. These are verbs. That means things that you do. Action verbs, right? Action. Then you also see the ADV. So ADV is adverbs. So adverbs are things that describe. Right? Describe, not adjective. Adjective are words that describe. But adverbs are words that give the adjective a sense of degree, a sense of quantity, a sense of to what extent. Okay, so these are adverbs. Okay, so you can use the last one to see lah. Then we have a QW. QW means question word. That means how we ask questions. Okay, so saikin. Yeah, it just means like recently. Atode means later. Alright? Just now we were talking about one word, right? Ato. Ato, just now we talked about ato. Ato was That's why we were talking about this word called ato. Forget already. So ato there means later. Ato by itself means moreover, in addition. I remember? Moreover, in addition, ato. Okay, next will be the question word, いつ. いつ. Okay, it just means when. It's a very general way of asking when. Right, いつ. Next, the particle, に. に. から. まで. まで. Okay, so we'll learn the new particles. These three are the new particles that we learned in this lesson. Okay, have we talked about last week, this week? Have we learned that yet? Learn already. So I think I finished every appendix already, right? Even the parent, the mother, father one. Then okay lah, then we finished that one already. So let's talk about lesson 6 then. So there's no more appendix at the book behind it. I need to go through already. Okay.
This one I think we will go through.
Yeah, that one I haven't because that one is a sentence structure. I want you to learn more of all the particles first before I talk about the sentence structure. Okay, that's very good to hear. Okay, number 1. 今午前1時15分です right? Recall how we tell people time, right? We say 1時 right? 1時 means 1 o'clock. 15分 right? 分 means the minutes, right? So 15分 means 15 minutes. So 1 o'clock 15 minutes, right? Which means 1:15. Then how do we tell whether it is AM or PM, right? It is dictated by the word in front, 午前 right? 午前 means AM. Okay, sometimes we don't use the word 午前. We say morning, which means it is 朝. So 朝1時15分, right? Which means morning 1:15 p.m. Or we say afternoon, right? Afternoon, usually afternoon, we say 午後, which is PM in this case, right? So 午後 will be afternoon or PM. Then if you want to say 1 a.m. For example, you don't want to say 1 a.m. You want to say like late night 1 a.m. Right? That one will have another word for it. Right? Anyways, it's called 深夜. 深夜 means late night. Right? But that one, you all don't need to know that. I'm just giving an example if you're lazy to say. If you're lazy to say AM or PM. Or if you know like how to describe the time of the day, then you can use that instead of the AM or PM.
So gozen does represent AM, is it?
Yes.
Or just represent morning?
No, it means AM. Like it just means the literal meaning means before noon.
Okay.
Yeah. Go means afternoon.
But then they also put AM afternoon.
Go, the literal meaning means afternoon. Yeah, so it's like already over, noon is over, like after noon. Gozen literally means before noon.
So can we use gozen in other words other than the clock move? Other than saying AM, is there any way we can use gozen?
That's why I say you can use the word asa, which means morning.
No, as in the word gozen, can we use it in other words, other place, other than meaning as AM?
So you want to say like for example, appointment wa gozen desu. Then it will literally means the appointment is before noon.
There's no word for morning, just AM.
Asa.
Asa.
Remember?
Oh,
That's what I've been saying, asa. So if you're lazy to use gozen, you can change the word to asa. But however, we don't really say morning when it's 1 a.m., right? 1 a.m. is late night. So that's why I gave the shinya. But you all don't need to learn that yet. Alright? So if you're lazy or you don't know how to use gozen or gogo, you can give the time of the day, describe the time of the day. So for example, evening you haven't learned yet, but we call it yukata. Right? You haven't learned yet, but you don't need to learn that one higher level. Right? Evening is yukata. So you can be like yukata 6時. Right? Ban 10時. Remember you learned ban already. Ban is night. So ban 10時. Right? Night 10 o'clock. It's naturally known as 10 p.m. already, right? So if you don't want to say AM or PM, you can also describe the time of the day. Then you give the time. Right? So instead of saying 1 a.m., you are saying like late night 1 o'clock. If you're lazy to say like 9 p.m., night 9 o'clock. Right? Okay? Then an example. 今午後4時10分です. Right, so if you forget how to pronounce this 4G, it's not 4G, Yoji is the alternative reading, Yoji. Then it's not jupun, right? It's double P sound, right? Jupun, right? Recall, hope it all come back now, So it's jupun, double P sound. JYUPPUN. I say first, because later in the homework you'll be asked to write it out, Okay. So JYUU, because Ju is a long sound, so we have double U. Jupun, right? Then we have double PPUN. So double U, double P.
Why on the top you have phone and here pun?
Sorry?
On the top you have phone and here you have pun.
Sorry, which one?
So you have here phone and then here pun.
Yeah, that one is back to the appendix we explained before, remember?
I think it must be here.
Oh, wait. Okay, before that, you just copy blindly, Remember? It's not W, It's not Jupun, right? It's just one U, Yeah, I was trying to see who can point it out. But nobody told me, hey, it's not W, because you all never revised the appendix. So it's Jupun, not Jupun, right? It's just one U. Double P only, no have two U, Jupun. Okay. JYU, only one U. PPUN.
I know why. It's just JU.
I know. GU, right? Different textbook will write differently, right? This is pronounced as JYU, right? Some textbook they will just say this is JU. Some textbook they will say this is JYU. So it depends on the textbook. But they are the same thing. And the textbook here put JU only, I know.
This is a combined word, right?
This is the combined one. The consonant one. So G and U when we combine, JU. Some textbook they will use JYU, and I think JYU is a better way to pronounce because people will be like Ju, but it's Ju, right? It's a longer YU sound, Ju, rather than Ju. Hear the difference, Ju, right?
Ju.
Ju.
So Ju is the correct one.
Yes. So that's why JYU is easier to understand why it's a Ju sound rather than Ju. It's not Ju sound, it's not like juice, it's Ju. Okay. Then back to Sri's question. Okay, so why some use F? If you go back to the appendix, some numbers they don't go by the PPUN. Alright. 1 we say Ipun. Right, so we use the PUN sound. Ipun. 2 Nihun, the F sound. 3分 4分 sorry, not F sound. 4分, right, P sound. 4分. Then 5分. Then 6 will be 6分 7分 8分 9分 10分. Right, so it should have 5 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so it's 5 each. 5 is FUN, 5 is PUN.
There's no reason, right? It's just like that. Just they happy.
Just like that. They happy
Whoever that created this.
Yeah,
happy
they happy lor. It's like I'll make it hard for learners to know. For no reason, just make it hard.
If you odd or even, then still can.
And it's anyhow. It's very, so you have to memorize from the appendix. Just look at the appendix to memorize it. Okay, number 2. 今ちょうど9時です. Right? We don't pronounce QG. It's not Q. It's kuji. Right? The second alternative reading. Kuji. Then we want to say just 9 o'clock. ちょうど. So ちょうど simply means just, like exact. Right? In Chinese we say 刚好. Right? We say just. Right? Yeah. New question word. Alright, number 3. Nanji. Right? Nan is what, right? G is o'clock, right? So what o'clock? nanji. Then what minute? Nanpun. Right? It's the P-U-N. Nanpun. Don't be mistaken by F-U-N. Not nanpun. Nanpun. When I ask you for the time, do I ask you for the minutes as well?
Yeah.
Do I, for example, I ask you, now is what o'clock? Do I say now what o'clock, what minute? No, right? In Chinese, we don't say that as well, right? Yeah, so naturally, people only say nanji. Unless you really need the minutes, it is like you boarding a train, like the Shinkansen. Then it's by minute departure. So, then you'll be like, nanji nanpun desu ka?
So can say nanji nanpun.
Can,
If
but
you are boarding the train.
if you're boarding a train, like a time-sensitive thing, if you're asking what time does the lesson start, then the teacher will be like, around 7 right? Might not start exactly on 7. Right? Then around got another word for it, that one we will learn later. Okay?
Okay.
Then number 4 is the same thing. Let's go on to the number 2. Kyou wa kinyobi desu. Kinyobi. Remember days of the week, the appendix. Check your appendix. Right? They go by the elementals. Right? Their date don't go by like in Chinese we say today is Monday, like 星期一, 星期二. No, we don't go by numbers like Chinese. Instead they go with the elementals. So elementals, Monday is the moon, right? Moon. The kanji represent a moon, right? So getsuyobi. Then Tuesday is kayobi. Ka is fire. Then Wednesday suyobi. Sui is water. Then Thursday is a wood. Mokuyobi. Friday will be the gold, right?
Is there any reason why they associate these
Yobi.
elements with the days?
That one got reason why, but I can't remember the reason. You want to ask ChatGPT? I also not sure. Right? Then Saturday, doyobi, right? It means soil, it means earth, right? It means earth. Sunday will be the sun, right? Nichiyobi. I don't know why they allocate this elemental to this day, but there must be a reason, but I also don't know the reason. Right? Maybe I can go and...
Is gold, right?
Yes, Kinyobi is Friday, Friday is gold. Yeah.
Why?
I wonder why also.
Saturday is earth.
For me, Monday, moon is easy to associate lah. Moon, Monday. Then Sunday, I mean Chinese is the same thing lah. So Sunday is the sun. Saturday is boring day, so it's gonna be soil, it's gonna be earth. For me lah, it's boring day. Then Friday is the best day. It's TGIF, right? That's why it's gold. It's the best day.
Sunday
Then Tuesday is when the Monday blues ended already. Everything's on fire at office. So fire.
Okay.
Then Wednesday will be water where you will try to put out the fire.
Friday is gold because it's
Then Thursday will be wood where you establish the fire to prepare to burn again. Right? So Thursday you prepare the wood to burn again. Yeah lah, so roughly like that lah. You try to memorize like that lah. So you try to associate it with something lah. Then you help you with the memorization. Okay? Then let's go on to the example 1. Ashita. Ashita means tomorrow. Right? Check your appendix. They also tell you what is ashita. Ashita, tomorrow. Tomorrow wa doyobi desu. Right? So tomorrow is Saturday. Doyobi desu. Number 2. Asate. Asate is day after. Right? You can check your appendix. Day after wa nichiyobi desu. Right? Sunday. Okay? Then if you want to ask what day of the week, nanyobi desu ka? Nanyobi desu ka? Nanyobi. Alright, so we just replace the elemental with what? Nan. Alright, so what day is it? Okay? In English usually you will ask like what day is it? I will be like, is it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Then the person will be like, oh, it's Monday. You can try this way in Japanese also lah. You can ask them, nichiyobi desu ka? Getsuyobi desu ka? If you forget how to say nanyobi, then you can be like, is it Monday, Tuesday? Okay, then we move on to number 3. 11月18日です。So this is about the calendar month and the calendar day. Same thing, we talked about it in the appendix before. Remember, for the month, okay, in English we say January, February, March, right? In Chinese and Japanese we go by the number. So the first month of the year is the 1月, right? Like literally 1 month, right? The first month. Then 2月, 3月. Then there comes April. We don't say 4月, right? We use the alternative reading, 4月.
That's
Then for the 7 and the 9, same thing. 7月, 9月, right? We don't use the original name. We don't use the original number counting system. So the one you have to keep in mind, save it in your mind somewhere, right? That's for calendar month. Then we look at the calendar day. Wow, this one even bigger headache. Right? Calendar day is even bigger headache. Look at 1 to 10. It's not even anything to do with Ichi-ni-san. There's no more 1, 2, 3. Alright, first day of the month, we say 1日、2日、3日、4日. Right? It's not 4日、Y-O-K-K-A. Right? 4日. Then 5日. 6 is 6日. 7? Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I just saying lah. For example, I can't remember already. Screw it lah. Don't remember lah. We just tell them, 7日. Somewhat they will try to understand. Okay, I'm not saying it's correct, but if you cannot remember, just say 7日. 7日. Then, because nichi is day, nana is the number, so the number and the day. Somehow, people understand lah. But of course, if you know nanoka, then you use nanoka, right? Then yoka, kokonoka, then toka, right? If you remember, that's good. If you don't remember, you can just screw it. 6日, 7日, 8日. Right? People will understand. It's just that it's wrong, but people will still understand. Okay? Then the way we say the date, the calendar month and date, right? In Japanese and Chinese is the same. We go for the month first. So year, month, day. Opposite from English. Right? English is day, month, year. So it's opposite. We say the year first, then the month, then the day. Okay? So in this case, 今日は11月18日です。So 11月18日です。So today's date is so and so. Right? Then I want to go back to the number, the calendar days again. 1 to 10 you know already. So there are also special numbers, right? 14, 20, 24. So all these also doesn't go for they don't go with the normal counting system. I mean after 11 is like all the normal numbers already. But however for 14, 24 and 20, they are still special naming. Especially for 20, Hatsuka. Right? When we have these special namings, we don't need to add a nichi behind. Right? For example, you see the 11. 11 is 11 nichi. Right? We have to add the word nichi behind to say that it is the 11th day. But however, for special ones like the 1 to 10, 14, 24 and 20, they already end with this letter called ka. So ka is another reading for day. So what I'm saying is, okay, I'll show you nichi. Okay. So you see this guy, nichi. It has many readings. So to give you an example, it can be read as hi, it can be read as bi, it can be read as ka. Then it can also be read as nichi or jitsu. So there's many readings, right? Depending on where it is paired with. So to give you an example, look at the compound. This is hi, this is nichi. Then you'll be like, got different man. Yeah, you need to have something in front of it, right? So anyways, Nihon, Kyo, where the yo come from? Right. So you see, there is, I don't split these two letters. Although these two Chinese characters, these two kanji, I cannot split them because both of them add together is Kyo. Right. So I'm not saying one of it is Kyo, another one is U. No, these two together then is Kyo. Right. Alone it means it has a different sound. Then of course this one is ichinichi, 1 day. 1日. So you see the difference? This is 1 day, as in the counter for 1 day. This is the first day of the month, right? 1日. Then of course 3日, the ka is the kanji lah. Then also we have, like for example, some of y'all go to Nikko, right? So Nikko, so this is pronounced as ni. Right, ni. So you see different placement paired with different kanji has different pronunciation. So which is why it's very difficult to teach you kanji and how to pronounce. You have to go and look at the list, memorize the list, case by case. Right? So one word can have many readings. It's like that. No choice. Right? So we have to just look at every word lah. For example, you look mainichi, oh this one mainichi, then you look, oh this one is ashita. So talk about ashita. You see how many readings we have. This particular two words ashita. These particular two words also can be read as asu. This particular two words can be read as myonichi. So 3 readings for one set of kanji. Of course, you need to know when to use. So different, when you read the context, some context will pronounce as like that, some context will pronounce it as like that. But most of the time it is pronounced as like that. Most of the time. So kanji is a little bit difficult to grasp. But at the same time, you won't reach that level unless you're really very serious about learning Japanese. Yeah. But I'm just introducing to you that there are many different ways to read a kanji. There's many different ways to read a single word by itself. Right? Depending on where it's put at, who is paired with. Okay, anyways, all this you can just see from the dictionary. This is a very nice dictionary. I love it very much. Okay, examples. Number 1. 明日は5月3日です。So 5月 means 5th month. 3日 is 3rd day. So 5th month, 3rd day, May 3rd. Next one. あさっては4月2日. Right? 4月 is 4th month. 2日 is 2nd day. So 4th month, 2nd day, April 2nd. Right? Then of course our question word will be 何月何日. Right? If you want to ask something very specific, for example, like your birthday is on what month, what day, right? 何月何日. If you just want to ask a general thing, like for example, when is the company trip? Everybody also don't know when's the date, but we know roughly when is it. Then you can say いつ, right? いつ is over here. いつ. If you just want to ask a general date, right? Like when in general, instead of asking what day, what month, right? So if you want to ask generally, we use いつ. Okay. So the way how we use いつ is the same thing. We introduce the subject here. So why the subject? The subject is the event that you're asking. あなたの誕生日. Right? Number 5. あなたの誕生日. The event that you are talking about. Right? The subject is the event that you're talking about. The subject はいつですか? Right? For Japanese, very easy one. Whatever you want to ask, you put in the subject. Then は何ですか? はどこですか? はいつですか? The question will always be at the back. Right? So Japanese, this is how you ask questions. Okay, and then let's talk about the number 6. お父さんの誕生日は? Okay, he didn't say 誕生日, he said お誕生日. Right? The O is just a polite marker, just to make the entire sentence sound more polite. Right? お誕生日. So お父さんのお誕生日はいつですか? Right? いつですか? When is it? Right? いつですか? Any questions for this part? We go on to the next one, number 4. 今年は2000年です. Right? 今年 means this year. So this year is my subject of the sentence. This year は2000年です. So this year is year 2000. Okay? This year は year 2000. Then let's look at example number 1. 来年. So 来年 means next year. Right? The word 来 is another complication by itself. Let me show you. 来年. Okay? So you can see this word is 来. 来. R-A-I. 来. So you can read it in many different ways. For example, 来る. 来たる. 来た. き. こ. Right? One word alone has many readings. It can be read as 来, it can be read as 太. So you see there is no fixed reading for each character, each Chinese character, each kanji. They all have different ways to read when it is paired with different other character, put in different contexts. They all have different reading. Right? So this 来 simply means coming. Okay, I show you. So this 来, it means, okay, it has many meaning because paired with different word, different meaning. but the meaning, the most common meaning is where is it? Kuru means to come. So when we say Dainen is like coming year, in a sense it's like coming year. Right? So you can look at this lah. You can tell me. Yeah, it has different meaning, but it is paired with different pair, like different partner. So it has different meaning. So just because you see that one word, is that meaning already? Sorry, no. When it's paired with different meaning, put in front, behind, it has different meaning. Okay? To give you an example of in front, behind, right? You all know this word lah. Nihon, which means Japan. Correct? What if I do this?
Today.
Yeah, so this becomes hon, not he, honjitsu. So the name, this pronunciation from ni becomes jitsu. And then the meaning from Japan, it becomes today. Then you tell me, today not kyo, man? Yes, it is kyo. But however, there's another formal way to say today. Right? Kyo is a casual way, it's a polite way only. So this is what we call the honorific way to say today. Yeah. So you will hear it very often on the subway, like for example, thank you for using the service today. Right? 本日のサービスをご利用いただきまして。So yeah. So they will have to use different thing, right? 本日 and 日本. When we put the words even behind each other, the entire pronunciation changes, the entire meaning changes. Right? So this is the complexity of Japanese kanji. Yeah. Very complicated. The creator decided to do this. He's like, let's just change the meaning and the pronunciation when we flip the characters around. He's like, screw the learners. Yeah, so no choice. So this is kanji. I can't really teach a lot about this because this is more of a self-study thing. You just look at the vocabulary list, you memorize it. Right? Memorize the vocabulary only. Okay, then we talk about number 3. Number 1, example number 1. 来年は2001年です。Right? So year 2001. 2001年. Then next one, 去年. Right? 去年 is last year. Don't be confused with Q. Q means this today. But however, Q doesn't mean this year. It means last year. Very common, learners will try to confuse 去年 as this year. Right? So please take note. Then how to say 1999? Sen. 999. Please don't forget how to count. We learned before how to count. So please don't forget how to count. 1999. Yeah, 1999. 1999. Okay, then our new question word. 来年は何年? Right? So 年 is year. So 何 is what? So what year literally. 何年. Okay, what year ですか? Then the answer 2020年. 2002年, sorry. There's no 20. Yeah, there's no 20. So I just now made a mistake. So it should be 2002. Right? 2002. So 2002. 2002年. Right? 2002年. Yeah. By the way, Japanese people don't really use the Gregorian calendar, which is year 2000, year 2020, year 2005. They use a separate calendar. So last time they used the lunar calendar, right? So that's why they have Chinese New Year, we have Lunar New Year. But they left the Lunar New Year. They have their own. Okay, they left the Lunar New Year. Then they use the Gregorian calendar, which is what we are using now, the English one. But however, they don't call it that year. They have this thing called the I believe some of you have heard before lah. Showa era, Heisei era, and now we are currently in the Reiwa era. Right? Heard of this before?
The samurai era.
Okay, Edo is a time period. It's not an era. Okay, so Showa, we call it the Showa Emperor. right? So he is the emperor, he named the era after himself.
The Qing dynasty, Tang dynasty.
Yeah, correct, something like that. Okay, but it's not dynasty, it's a era thing.
Arrow.
So for him, for Showa era, the emperor, we call him the Showa emperor. Then from Heisei onwards, because of World War, then the emperor no more power lah. So now the choice of the year's name is selected by the prime minister, introduced by the prime minister. So they chose Heisei after Showa ended. Right. So how does the era end? It ends when the current ruling emperor bye bye. He died lah. Okay, so or he left the throne. Okay, for example, he left the throne. But usually sometimes he left because he died lah. Okay, so that's why Showa era is 64 years. I think it's very very long. So you can have the whole grandmother, mother, and daughter in the same era. So I have friends that colleagues that say they say that they are Showa no onna. Onna means lady. That means I'm Showa lady, which try to tell other people I'm old. Because Showa is like two generation before ma. 2 era before ma. So you will say I'm Showa, so it's like 2 generation before. So it makes herself sound old lah, but actually maybe she's at the end, nearing the end of Showa. Then she born. Right? So because of this thing, right, the calculation of the thing, the year is very complicated in Japan. This year is Reiwa 8 year. That means it's the number 8 year of starting the Reiwa calendar. So Reiwa 8. For me, I'm born in Heisei 12. Heisei only lasted until 17 or 16. Yeah. So basically, why so short? It's not because the emperor died. The emperor for Heisei era, he decided to step down. Because he said, I'm getting old. I don't want to be emperor anymore. It's like, my son, please take over. Then he's like, okay, bye. I left. So he haven't died. But historically, he has always been passed down after the emperor died. Right? Like the UK one, what was it? Elizabeth, yeah. So he handed down to her son Charles because she died. But for Japan, they made it exception lah. There's like, oh, this guy say I don't want to do already, can my son take over? And then he's like, oh, sure. They changed the constitution, they let him pass the throne to his son. So when he passed the throne to the son took over, that's why they named it the new era, Reiwa. Yeah, got meaning one by the way. Showa, the wa character means peace. So Showa, I forgot what show is like glory. So it's like a period of glory and peace. Then for Reiwa is a period of stability and peace. Yeah. Then Heisei I cannot remember also. I think it's a period of prosperity or something. Yeah. But anyways, they have meaning one. The calendar names got meaning one. So we don't know when the next one's gonna be. For the Reiwa, when they transited to the Reiwa, you probably see that some guy on TV holding on to something. Yeah. That one is the introduction of the new year. Yeah. So because of this, you will get emails if you get emails from colleagues in Japan, sometimes the email is like the date of the emails is the year is 003, for example. Then you'll be like, what the hell? Why the email year is like so long ago one? It's because they are using their own calendar system. So 003 probably is like from Reiwa 3rd year lah, which means it's only 5 years ago. So it's not that long ago. Mm-hmm. So if you're interested, you can go and see your birth year is under which era. Yeah, then if you are Showa, then congratulations, you can tell people you are Showa. If you are from Showa, then they'll be like, wow, you're so old. Alright, so for me, I was Heisei lah. I mean, most of us here probably Heisei lah. Heisei is 17 years, plus 8 is 25 years. So if you are more than 25, no. Heisei is 27, sorry. Not 17, too short. Yeah, so I think Heisei is 27, correct. So if you are beyond 35, then maybe you are in Showa already. Something like that lah. Okay, so basically, yeah, so the calendar system, this is how it works. Because of this, the public holiday in Japan got complication. So you know Thailand, they celebrate their king's birthday, right? The king's birthday is a public holiday. Same as Japan. So Japan, they also celebrate their king's birthday, their emperor's birthday. So because it has always been the emperor died, then a new one come out, right? So that means the public holiday will be changed to the other guy's birthday, right? Then but this guy say, I don't want to do already. Then, so do you disrespect this guy by removing his birthday off the public holiday list? Yeah. So because of this, Japan got 2 public holiday because
It's so good.
then because of 2 emperor. Yeah. So maybe next election you can petition for the Prime Minister birthday be celebrated.
That'd be nice.
Or you can petition President and Prime Minister birthday public holiday. Wow, shiok ah.
Try to.
They don't even want to make Thaipusam a public holiday already. So do you think they will make the Prime Minister and President birthdays?
Lee Kuan Yew back.
Yeah, he died in November also. I also thought there will be a memorial day or something.
Still got memorial day.
Don't have leh, so sad. Yeah. Founders Day or something, don't have unfortunately. Singapore, I mean, it's an instruction from Lee Kuan Yew. He said that we cannot have more than 11 days of public holiday a year. If we have more than 11, it will be seen as a country very inefficient. So he is the one that set the law that cannot have more than 11 days. Then the opposition is like, hey, Thaipusam you see Chinese New Year got 2 days, Malay got Hari Raya Puasa, then 2 days also, then Indian people don't have, right? The Hindu people don't have 2 days, not fair. So they try to use that to negotiate in parliament lah. So I think it's still up to debate. But I don't think it will happen lah. If they remove that, then they'll remove maybe Vesak Day.
They will go and give.
They will remove something. They might remove Christmas or something. Yeah. So yeah lor, they remove Deepavali, they're not fair already. So yeah lor, for Singapore it's complicated. For Japan they're like, just give This emperor haven't died, so his birthday can still celebrate That one the new emperor celebrate his birthday also lah. And they have public holiday very stupid one. Okay, because Japan is a unicultural, like there's most of it is Shintoism, Shinto religion. So most of their holiday, they cannot make holiday because they don't have a lot of religion, right? They don't have Deepavali. Then Deepavali off guys, Deepavali public holiday. They don't have So instead they come up with like public holidays such as Elderly Day, Mountain Day, like a day to commemorate the mountains of Japan. Yeah.
Well done.
Then they also have the Marine Day, a day to celebrate the sea.
Aww.
Yeah. So I don't know they celebrate what lah, but there are such things. So Malaysia is also quite absurd. So different prefecture or different states in Malaysia, they have their own public holiday system also. Some may have up to 17 public holidays. Some will only have like 11 or 12 only. Yeah. So it depends on the places lah. In Japan, they follow a national system. The national say it's a public holiday, then it's a public holiday. They don't say like, in Tokyo is got 11, in Osaka got 13. Don't have lah. So in Japan it's all coordinated, but Malaysia is different lah. So Singapore will not more than 11 lah. 11 is max already.
Doesn't Japan have their own religion, like Shintoism?
They don't have their own religion. Shintoism is, I think it originated from China actually. Yeah, it's a branch from Buddhism. I think so, yeah, I think so. I'm not very sure of the religions lah, but in Japan they got a lot of kinds of religion. Actually anybody can start a religion also lah.
They got a lot of shrine, they pray to the fox.
There was a time where they had the sarin gas incident in the Tokyo subway, remember? That was in 1999 or 2005. 2005 or 2010, I can't remember already. So that one was because of a religion called the Om something. Yeah. So somebody just created a religion and then asked one to pray to him. Then he got followers lah apparently. So he and his follower went to put little gas in the subway system. Yeah. So that's how we know that there's another religion in Japan.
Little gas, what's little gas?
Sarin gas, toxic gas.
Toxic gas.
Yeah. So because of the incident, that's why last time Japan used to have a lot of trash bin. But because that incident, they removed all the trash bin around the train station. That's why now it's very hard to find trash bin. Right? Meanwhile, Singapore train station also don't have trash bin what. Only the toilet have only what. And the toilet one is checked every hour. So that's why it's safe. And because of that, Singapore MRT say no coin locker. Because if you hide the gas bomb in the gas locker, in the locker, it's the same. So Singapore MRT don't have anything they can hide. Yeah. Because they learn from other countries.
We learn from Japan.
Yeah, we learn from Japan also. Yeah. So it's a lot of learnings here and there lah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's why Japan got no dustbin, because they don't want another incident. Yeah. But anyway, if you have trash on hand, the best place to throw is the convenience store.
Yeah.
But they will ask, some of them are like very quite like, they'll be like, your rubbish from here? And you say no, throw outside. Yeah. So they have a rule say that because of outside got no trash bin so they have a rule that says no bringing of home garbage to the convenience store. For example, your house you got garbage, but you don't want to pay for the garbage truck to come. Then you say, I'll get rid of the rubbish myself. Then you go to the convenience store and dump there. Then no, that's not fair already what, to the convenience store. And their Japan's rubbish system is very complicated if you know lah.
Oh, it's not the real.
Yeah, you have to split the rubbish.
What
then
kind of rubbish?
then on like maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the combustible one. Then the non-combustible one, like the recyclables, is only once a week, maybe on every Tuesday only. So because of this, some people they very fed up. They don't wait until the next day. Then they just throw at the convenience store, which is cannot also lah. Yeah, so I can understand why the convenience store they don't want to accept your rubbish. I can understand why. But then again, the removal of public rubbish bin is all because of this terrorist attacks. Yeah, that's why Japan have very little rubbish bins. Singapore only at places where it's safe lah. Like for example, the green bin is only at public places like above ground, if you can see. Underground is very small, right? Underground one, the hole so small, how you squeeze it back in? Yeah, because they don't want people to put things inside other than rubbish. So and then we have no corn lacquer in Singapore. Well, it's because of potential terrorist attack. So they remove corn lacquer. No corn lacquer in Singapore. Yeah.
The toilet is also very difficult to find in Japan. Especially first floor usually don't have toilet. Let's go second floor basement then take a toilet.
Usually the toilet is behind the fare gate at the train station. Singapore is outside the fare gate, but Japan is inside the fare gate. Because they don't want too many people to use it, abuse it, and then the toilet who clean. Ultimately, it's the responsibility of the private ownership. It's the private metro operator have to clean the toilet. So they have all the rights to charge for the toilet. So their way of charging is put behind the fare gate. Then Singapore, because the MRT station is operated by SMRT, yes, but it's subsidized by the government one. So it will not be fair if they put the toilet behind the fare gate. So they put it outside lah. Anyway, the cleaner is hired by government also mah. So that's why toilet in Singapore can be outside. Yeah lah, the different rules lah. But anyways, the toilet schedule if you see right is every hour, cause they have to check the rubbish bin every hour for any suspicious items lah. So Singapore is very safe because of this. Yeah, okay, I sidetracked quite a lot. Sorry about that. Okay, let's talk about the next one. Number 5. 私は毎朝6時に起きます。So you see this ni particle over here. It is a new particle. And do you see the okimasu? Okimasu means to wake up. Right? So we want to connect our time, which is 6時, to this verb, which is to wake up. So we say 6時に起きます. Previously, have we learned about directional verbs? We learned, right? Ikimasu, kimasu. Haven't yet. Okay, then maybe that one next lesson, sorry. Okay, so basically this is our first verb, okimasu. Right, so the first connection, okay, depending on the verb, the type of the verb, right, we have different particles. Right, so for directional, we have another verb on its own. For action one, we have another verb on its own. Right? But for this one, we use ni because of the time. Right? The time here is 6時. So you can think of this particle ni in English as at 8 o'clock. Right? You can think of it as at. So my asa means every morning, right? So watashi wa, so this is about me. So about me, every morning 6時に, so at 6 o'clock. Right? Okimasu, wake up. So every morning at 6 o'clock, wake up. This is a translation lah. So this ni gives people the impression that it is exactly at this time. Right? Because you say at 6 o'clock. Right? So you are giving people the impression that it's going to happen at this timing. Right? So we also have learned how to tell time, but without numbers. For example, asa, right? Hiru, ban. All these are also time, but they are time periods, right? So we separate this time into two types. One type is called time expression with number. Time expression with number. The other type, we call it time expression without number. Right? So without number is just now what I just told you. Asa, hiru, ban. Right? That means morning, afternoon, night. So those got no number, right? Yeah, no number. Then those with number, 8時、9時、3時、2時、1時. Right? These have number. So when there is number, we need to put the ni particle, which means at this timing. Right? At this timing. So those with number, for example, man, right? 3月2, right? Sun is a number, right? 3月 March. There's a number, so we need to put the ni to tell people it's in March. So it's not at March, it's like in March. But anyway, it still refers to that month, right? So as long as there's a numbered expression, we need to put this particle ni. Okay. So just now in the vocabulary list, we learned another 2 time adverb, saikin and atode. So do they have numbers? No, right? So we don't really need to put a ni behind them, right? So for example, 来年 next year, there's no number also, right? So we don't need to put a ni, right? We don't say 来年 ni, right? We don't need, because there's no time. There's no number, sorry. There's no number. Okay? Then now I tell you, generally for time, we don't even need to put a number. Because if you put a number, it will be like at that time. So it become specifying that time. But what if I just want to say around that time? I don't want to say specify at that timing. Then I just remove the ni. Then it will become somewhat ambiguous. It will be like around that timing. Right? So it become 6時起きます. Right? I don't say 6時に起きます. 6時起きます. So I wake up around 6. If I put ni, I wake up at 6. So you understand already? So the general rule is time we don't need to put any particle. However, if there is a number, it's better to put the ni particle in to show that it's exactly in that month at that time. You got what I said?
Yes.
Any questions? Okay, so now we go on with the examples. Example number 1. 田中さんは午後11時に寝ます. Right, so at 11 o'clock, 寝ます. I sleep. Right, so they specified what time? 午後. So it's PM, so 11 PM. So 午後11時に寝ます. So at 11 PM, I sleep. Oh, 田中さん sleep. Okay, next one. 彼は明日5時に起きます. Right, so at 5 o'clock, 起きます. 起きます is wake up. So at 5 o'clock, wake up. Then our new question word, right? So how to ask for o'clock, right? 何時. Right, 何時. So 何時に起きますか? Right, so at what time do you wake up? So 何時に起きますか? So at what time do you wake up? Right, 何時に起きますか? Okay, then your reply will just simply just put the number in. 6時に起きます. So I wake up at 6. Okay, the next one, you see the note, order of words in a sentence. Okay, I don't want you to pay too much attention to this one. We will recap on this one with the appendix that we haven't talked about. Right, so the sentence structure, we will do another lesson another day. After we have learned all the particles, then I tell you which one is the priority. Which one comes first, which one comes later, right? Then that one will be on the last page appendix.
Sorry, can I ask again? 何時に but that one no number but we still put に is it?
No, no number, don't put.
Then 何時に起きます means what? There's not a に. 毎朝何時に
The ni is at so at what time?
I thought you said に with the number then we put the に.
Yeah.
Then 何時に is no number we also.
Yeah, but how do you answer 何時? 何時 is?
What time?
Yeah, 何時 is what time? But how do you use 時? 1時, 2時, 3時, 4時, right? I can't put a number if I want to ask what. So what o'clock? Right? So we still use ni because the o'clock has to have a number associated with it. So we are asking what o'clock. So if we remove the number, we have to put something in. What is what we put in, right? So we have to put a ni. Because ji, nanji, the ji is replied with a number. So at what time? Okay, we move on to number 6. 私は毎日 right? 毎日 means every day. 午前 right? AM 8時45分から right? 8時45分から So we learned this new particle called kara. But previously, have we learned kara before? Not yet. Okay, then never mind. So it's the first time learning this particle kara. Okay, kara got multiple meaning. This is the first one. So in English we say from. Right? From what time until what time. So you can guess that kara is from. Then made will be until. Or we can also say to what time. Right? Until what time or to what time. More of the until meaning lah. Okay, so from what time to what time? So 8時45分から So 8:45 from. Right? That means from 8:45 AM. Then 午後 Gogo is PM, right? So 午後5時 right? 5時 is 5 o'clock. So afternoon 5 PM, right? 午後5時 5 PM まで So まで is until. So until 5 PM. So from 8:45 until 5. What? Of course this one is fictional lah. Fake one lah. Okay? So 8時45分から午後5時まで働きます。So this is another verb that we use, that we learn. It means to work. Right? Which means to work. So the whole sentence again, 私は So the whole sentence is about 私 right? The whole sentence is about me, right? 私 So 私は What about 私毎日 right? 毎日 means every day. So every day 午前 AM 8:45 So AM 8:45 from から right? From So from AM 8:45 5時まで right? So until 5 PM right? Until 5 PM what do you do? 働きます right? So for Japanese, the verb is always the last one. The verb is always the last to end the sentence. If we have a verb, okay, if we have a verb, then the verb will be the last one to end the sentence. Okay, so I won't worry so much about the sentence structure at the moment. Okay, for now we just copy what they say. Okay, we will revise on the sentence structure using the appendix at the back, right? The one they say I haven't went through. That one I plan to do that in lesson 9 or lesson 10, right? So to recap, like what particle has priority in coming first. Okay, so how to arrange the sentence properly. For now, just use what they say here. Okay, it will be more than sufficient for your homework. Okay, examples. 1. 私は午後2時から勉強します。So now I only use から which is from. I never say まで That means there is no until. Right? So basically, I from 2 PM study. Right? I from 2 PM study. So there is no start meaning here. It is implied that this person start from 2 o'clock. Okay? But there's no start meaning in the sentence. It just say that I from 2 PM study. Right? I never say I started studying at 2 PM. I just say I at 2 PM study. So there's no start meaning here. The start is implied. Next. 私は午後6時まで勉強します。So まで is until. So now I have まで but I don't have から。So that means until 6 PM. So 私は午後6時まで right? So me, again this sentence is about me. Me, afternoon or PM, 6 o'clock まで until, right? 勉強します。So me, afternoon 6 o'clock until study. That means I study until 6 o'clock. Okay, then we talk about the number 3. anata wa, so about you now, anata, about anata, wa asa, morning, 9時, right? 9 o'clock. So morning 9 o'clock から11時まで勉強します。So do you realize they don't use the word gozen? Instead they use the word asa, right? So they don't use the word gozen because gozen means AM, but they don't want to say AM, they say morning. So morning 9 o'clock from, right? Because kara. So from morning 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock study. Okay, that means this is the duration from until, right? This is the duration that the person is studying. Okay, so basically kara made, very easy. We can also use kara made for days of the week, months, year, right? So in this case, you see number 4, 月曜日から金曜日まで. So from Monday until Friday 働きます. Alright, simple. Then our new question word here. The question doesn't really change much. We are still using, we're on the next page already. Our new question word don't change much. You see how we still say nanji, right? Because nanji is what o'clock. So from what o'clock until what o'clock. So the question still remains the same. Nanji kara nanji made. Right? Nanji kara nanji made. We just change the particle only. We still retain the question. Nanji. Right? That's if you are asking for a duration, the exact duration. If you just want to ask, I'm going to Japan holiday. Then your friend asks, from when to when? From when to when? So when in Japanese is? Nobody knows. When in Japanese? Itsu. Right? So because when is itsu, we can also say itsu kara itsu made. Right? From when to when ma. In English we say the same thing. From when to when. Right? So we can also use itsu. Itsu kara itsu made. Right? But that is for a more general time frame. If you want to ask, like, for example, something is happening in the day, like, you know it's today or tomorrow, right? Close by date. Then nanji kara nanji made. Right? From what time? From what o'clock to what o'clock? Okay, then we look at question 9. Nanyobi kara nanyobi made. So from which day of the week until which day of the week? Right? So this is very flexible because kara made simply means from and until. So we can ask what month, right? What year? So what month is? That's what we learned already. Nangatsu. Year? Nannen. Yeah, so we can use for year and month also. We can use for minutes, we can use for days, we can use for month, anything that has a time required lah. Okay? And then I want to share something more. So in English we can use from until for a lot of scenarios, right? For example, where. We can use it for where as well.
Doko kara.
Yes, then it will be doko kara doko made desu ka. So from where until where. We can also use it on people. Yeah, you say dare. Right, from people. So for example, you have something to pass, right? Dare kara dare made. Like from who until who. Right? We can also use it from, for example, Pokemon Evolve. From what to what. Right? Nani kara nani made. Right? So we can use kara made as long as it has the meaning of a from until. Right? From what to what, from when to when, from where to where. Right? But we don't have a from why to why lah. Do we? We don't say that, right? From why to why. Like which like reason why. Doesn't make sense, right? So yeah lah. We also say from how to how. Right? So we use it for like who or when or where most often.
Which?
From which to which?
Which place to which place?
Then where lah? Use where lah? Use where lah? I mean in English sure we use which, right? What is which in Japanese? We learned before already. Lesson 2. Kochi, kochira, sochira, achira. Then the question, then the question one.
The question what?
こちら、そちら。Yeah. So, yeah, どちら。So, こちら、そちら、あちら、どちら。So, どちら is which one? It means which way lah, but it also means which. So, but we don't say どちらからどちらまで. Right? From which to which. Because from which to which, what is the meaning of this which in English? What? You buy wrong thing, then you want to change. From which to which you change.
Which station to which station?
Which station to which station? We don't say どちら駅。どちら駅から。We usually say どこの駅。Like where no 駅。どこの駅。Right? In English we don't say where station from where station to. We don't say this in English, right? But we use where station in Japanese and Chinese. Right? 哪里的车站 Right? Or I mean Chinese we also say 哪一个车站 but that one is very Singlish. Right? But in Japanese we don't really say which, from which to which. Right? For location we say from where station to where station. Alright? For item, from what item to what item. We don't really say from which item to which item. Okay? Yeah, so we don't really use for which. Okay. Moving on to the next one, number 7. This one. So we learn verbs, right? So for example, the verbs, first one we learn is what? Okimasu. Okimasu means to wake up. Correct? To wake up. I don't want to wake up, So we change mas. Right, you can see we change mas to masen. So okimasu, don't want to wake up, become okimasen. Right, okimasu becomes okimasen. Right, very simple, just change the mas to masen. Okimasu, okimasen. Nemasu, nemasen. Hatarakimasu, hatarakimasen. Right, so example 1. Tanaka-san wa asatte hatarakimasen. So asatte means the day after, right? The day after, hatarakimasen means do not work. Right? Then number 2. Kimura-san wa maiban 10時に寝ません. So 10時に寝ます means sleep at 10 o'clock, right? So 寝ません means do not sleep, right? So do not sleep at 10 o'clock. Right? So same thing, do not sleep at 10 o'clock. Number 3. 明日働きますか? So tomorrow working? Tomorrow work? いいえ、働きません. Sorry, no, I don't work. Alright, then we go on to the next page. Number 5. Next page, number 5. 後で休みますか? Right, 後で means later, right? So later 休みますか? 後で休みますか? So do you rest later? はい、休みます。いいえ、休みません. Right, 休みません. So I do not rest. Right, just change the mas to masen. Then becomes negative already. Good. Number 8. This chapter a lot of grammar form. Number 8. 私は昨日勉強しました. So now our must, right? Our must change to mashita. Must change to mashita. So becomes past tense. Mashita means past tense. So for example, okimasu, okimashita. Right? Okimasu means to wake up. Okimashita means to have woke up. Right? You already wake up already. Right? To have woke up. That means it was in the past. You were waking up in the past. Right? But now we are not waking up. We are already woke up. So mashita means woke up. Another example. 勉強します. 勉強します means to study. 勉強しました means I already studied. Right? Past tense, already over. Then another example, number 1. 彼女は昨日6時まで. Right? So 6時まで until 6 o'clock. 働きました. Right? So she worked. So she worked until 6 o'clock. So how do we know we use past tense or not? How to use past tense? We look at the time that we set. So 彼女は昨日, right? Kino means yesterday. So about this girl yesterday, right? About this girl yesterday until 6 o'clock, she worked. So yesterday already tell you that it is already past, already over. So we use past tense. Right?
But never say, like never say at night 6 o'clock, just say 6 or.
Yeah, she went to 6 yesterday.
So we won't know if she want 6 in morning or.
Yeah, we don't know. So the person never say.
So you want to say, you have to say add inside lah, like.
Yeah, you have to add on before the time. Before the time.
So it will be like
Kino,
gozen?
gogo.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to say at night.
Ah.
Kino, gogo, 6時まで. So yesterday until 6 p.m. They don't see the time, the time here. Okay? You realize if we use made, we don't use ni anymore. Huh? So we cannot use both like made ni. Made ni is another high level grammar. There's another meaning for that. So please don't combine two particles together. Number 2.
Rokuji ni mare?
No, we don't combine two particles together. You have a priority system. Which one is more important? So if you want to say, look, you don't say at until 6 o'clock, right? In English. Right? So we don't do the same thing in Japanese, right? We only use one. Yeah. Number 2. 私は今朝7時に起きました. So how do we know it's morning? Because they say kesa. Kesa means this morning. How do we know it's past tense? Also because of kesa. Because kesa is this morning. That means I'm talking from a time reference where morning has already passed. That's why I can say this morning. Alright, so because it is this morning, that's why we use past tense. Okimashita. So I woke up at 7 this morning. Make sense?
This one use ni.
What?
This one use the ni.
Yeah, we use ni what. I wake up at 7 what. I never say I wake up from 7 or wake up at 7 what. I mean, okay, how you wake up from 7 o'clock? Like you start waking up in stages from 7 o'clock. Like you wake up, then it's like, oh, now I have 5 angles from the ground. Oh, now I have 10 angles from the ground. So we have to give a specific time that you woke up. What? So I wake up at 7 o'clock, right? Cannot be I wake up from 7 o'clock, right? Yeah. Or it cannot be you wake up until 7 o'clock, right? Then after 7 o'clock, you don't wake up, how you die already? Right? So, ni. That's why we use the particle ni, right? At 7 o'clock. Okay? Number 3. 今朝何時に起きましたか? So you see, we still reuse the 何時に, right? At what time, right? At what o'clock? So this morning, at what o'clock you woke up? So why we use past tense? Because of 今朝. Right? We are talking from a time point where morning has already passed. Right? So past tense. Then the answer, 6時に起きました. So I woke up at 6 o'clock. Right? Number 4, 昨日の晩. Right? 昨日の晩. 昨日 is yesterday, right? So yesterday, apostrophe S, night. Right? That's why there's a no. So the night belonging to yesterday. The night that is connected to yesterday. Right? So yesterday's night. 何時に寝ましたか? So 何時 is what time, what o'clock, right? So what o'clock に寝ました. So we use past tense because of last night. So it already happened last night. Number 5. 昨日何時から何時まで勉強しましたか? So 昨日 is yesterday. So it has already set the tense for the entire sentence. 昨日. So we must use past tense. So this is why we have 勉強しました. Right? Then in this case, because we're asking from what time to what time, there is no need to add another ni inside already. Right? So we already say からまで. So there's no need to have a ni. Okay, let's go to number 9. 私は昨日勉強します. します means I will study. しません means I will not study. Right? 勉強しません. Then I put the past tense でした. Right? So 勉強しませんでした. So しません means negative, right? でした is the past tense. So this is negative past tense. So where did our でした come from? You remember I am a student. 学生です。
Yes.
I am not a student. 学生ではありません。So, I was a student. 私は学生でした。Right? So we change the des to でした。So same thing. So でした is just a past tense. You can think of it as a particle, a past tense indicator. Right? Because you see, 勉強しません is already the end of the sentence already. Right? So we cannot, no, we don't say this. So, okay, this here's a complication. When we either end the sentence with a must or a des. But when we have a must, we don't need to end with a des anymore. Right? But however, when we say the negative past tense, しません. Okay, しません also considered as must. ました also considered as must. So しません. But there is no way to use the past tense already, right? We cannot be like 勉強しませんました. No such thing, right? So しませんました sounds so weird. To myself, just use the でした. So しませんでした.
So masen will tag to でした
Yes, so you think of this 勉強しません as a noun already. Then at the back, just put the past tense for this entire thing here. So just put a dash down. Right? So whatever, dash down means already past tense. Right? 学生でした. Then adjective, non-adjective, 綺麗でした. Right? Also means it was pretty, it was clean. Right? So that's how we make negative for noun, adjective, and this negative verb. Right? So we just add the dash down only. Okay, because masen already we cannot do anything already. So we just add one more dash down.
Masen is past tense.
Masen is negative. Dash down is the past tense. So we have like first we put the negative form, then we add one past tense form. So become negative past tense.
Okay.
Right. Number 1. 彼はおととい働きませんでした. Right? The time frame here is おととい. おととい means, I can't remember. 2 days ago. Right? Refer to the appendix. So おととい means 2 days ago, which means like the day before yesterday. So 2 days ago. So 2 days ago means happened already. So 働きません. Right? Never work. Past tense. Did not work. So でした. Right? So you can think of it in English, right? Do not work versus did not work. So the not is a negative. The did is the past tense. Right? Same as Japanese. So we have we have a conjugation. So in this case, when we change the must to a masen, we call it a conjugation. That means we combine it with a different ending. Right? So this conjugation is, masen is a negative conjugation. Mashita is the past tense conjugation. But because there is a negative conjugation, we need to put it into past tense. But we cannot change it to a past tense conjugation, so we just put in a dash star. Otherwise, it's supposed to be des. But we don't say hatarakimasen des. Because hatarakimasen is already polite. So we don't need to have a hatarakimasen des. Like double polite. Don't need, But however, the past tense, because hatarakimasen only means negative, we need a somewhat to tell the past tense. So that's why we no choice but to put in dash star. Right? Okay, let's look at number 3. Kino. Right, kino is yesterday, right? So already happened. Kino, 勉強しましたか? So did you study yesterday? Right, 勉強しましたか? はい、勉強しました. Right, しました means it's past tense. しました. いいえ、勉強しませんでした. So しません is negative plus the past tense でした. So 勉強しませんでした. Okay, for this section, any question? No. On the next page, we have a summary of whatever we have learned so far. Yeah, so basically it's a table that tells you what is the past tense, what is the not past tense, what is the affirmative, what is the negative version. Okay, this one I'll trust that you will use it. Let's go to number 10. 私の勉強は午後6時から8時までです. Right, so this one is the same as what we have learned now. からまで. But I want you to understand. Look at the second sentence. The above structure can be used instead of 私は 午後6時から8時まで勉強します。Okay, so 勉強します means to study, right?
Yes.
However, in this case, I'm saying 私の勉強. The します just disappears. So, okay, this for this verb, right? 勉強します this verb. We call it a group 3 verb. Right? So there's groupings for the verbs. There's grouping. This grouping you will learn them in E2. But I will just briefly explain now. So basically they have different groupings because they need to be conjugated differently. The conjugation will differ from group to group. Okay, for now we will just learn group 3 verbs. Right? So 勉強しません. So 勉強します. So the します here, group 3, the feature, the special thing about group 3 is they always end with a します. And they always have 2 kanji in front of it. Like 勉強します. Right? 勉強 is 2 kanji word together. 勉強します. Then, for example, テニスをします. Right? So tennis, when we remove the します, the word in front becomes a noun. So this is the special point of group 3. When we remove the します, the word itself becomes a noun. Right? For example, tennis します. Tennis します. します alone means to do something, to do. So we put it in front of a noun, it becomes to do that verb. So we drop the します, it becomes just tennis. Tennis is a noun. So same as 勉強. 勉強します. We drop the します becomes just 勉強. So 勉強 is a noun. So because it has become a noun, we can use the possession particle の. So this is why you see 私の勉強. Okay, so 勉強します as a verb, it means to study. To study. Then as a noun, it means the study. Right? The study of something. Right? It becomes a noun. The study. So in this case, 私の勉強 simply means my study. Right? My study. So I'm not using it as a verb anymore. I'm using it as a noun. So it becomes my study. So my study は, right? Our subject particle は. So my study は午後6時から8時までです. So my study are from 6 to 8. So this is what you're effectively saying. Versus the one below. The one below says that I study from. That means I'm still using the word study as a verb. That means I'm doing the action of studying. Okay, so the difference between 勉強 as a noun, 勉強 as a verb, right, is that when we are mentioning 勉強 as a noun, it is just simply mentioned as the study. So study hours, study, so it's a noun. Verb, to study, that means I am doing the action of studying. So when we put it in so basically the difference between these two sentences, if you can see the translation, my study hours are. But it doesn't mean that I'm studying right now. Okay, I'm just telling you my study hours are from this time to this time. Versus I study from 6 to 8, right? That means I'm telling you, between these two timing, I will be executing these actions called studying. Right? It's a verb. And I will be doing this verb. Okay, example number 1. 仕事は午前7時半から午後6時15分までです。Right? So 仕事 means work. If you cannot recall. Okay, 仕事 means work. But we don't say 仕事します. There is no such verb called 仕事します. Okay? 仕事 by itself is a noun already. So we can say noun. Okay, we can say noun は basically you see the front there's a square bracket, right? 私の仕事. So my work.
Is the job.
My job lah. Okay, my job. Okay, job cannot be used as a verb lah. So my job is, right, は from this time to this time. So basically what we are learning here is we can use this noun is from this hour to that hour. Okay, so instead of using verb, we can also make it into a noun. Like this noun happens from this hour to this hour. Right, this noun. Number 2. 彼の昼 休みは午後12時から午後1時までです。So 昼休み simply means afternoon break, right? So it is a noun. Afternoon break is a noun, right? 昼休み is a noun. So his afternoon break is from from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, number 3. 日本語の勉強は何時から何時までですか? So 日本語 is Japanese language. So Japanese language no 勉強. So the study related to Japanese, right? The study that's related to Japanese language from what time to what time? Right? Then your reply 午前から午後までです. Right? So from this time to that time. Any questions? Now we talk about a conversation. Very short only. Conversation 1. リンさん、シンガポールの独立記念日はいつですか? What is いつですか? When, right? When is it? So what we want to know here is the subject here, right? シンガポールの独立記念日. Because of the particle no, you know that it is an event that is related to Singapore, right? So what is this event? Anybody can guess? Oh, they're right, down there lah. Because you read down there ma. Right? But however, 独立記念日 don't mean National Day. This is why I'm here, this is my job, to explain to you. So 記念日 simply means anniversary. Okay, in Chinese we say 纪念日, right? So it means anniversary. 独立 doesn't mean national. National, for example, NUS, NUS we say National University of Singapore, right? Okay. Then in the case national, we call it 国立. 国立 means state established, right? But however, 独立 is not 国立, it's two different things, right? It means state established. Okay, 国立 means state established. For example, like national school, right? That is state established. 独立 on the other hand, it means independence. Okay, so it means a country becoming independent. So we call this independence anniversary. Okay, and independence anniversary, which is what is true for Singapore's case. Just that I don't know why Lee Kuan Yew choose to name Independence Day as National Day. In India they call it in India they call it Independence Day, right? I don't know why Singapore they call it National Day. I think we should just call it Independence Day. Alright, so the correct translation for National Day to Japanese people to understand is actually Independence Day. Independence anniversary, right? Independence, 独立記念日. Okay, so Singapore's independence anniversary, when is it? Next guy, he replies, 8月9日です. Right, so 9日 means 9, right? 8月 means 8 August, right? So August 9. です. T says, 本当ですか? Right, just now we learned this word called 本当に. It means? Really. So 本当ですか? Really, right? Really, is it? Really? Right, so it still retains the same meaning, really, right? Then he says, じゃあ私の誕生日と同じですね. So 私の誕生日 is birthday. So birthday related to me. So my birthday と同じですね. So this と here is not and, it's not and meaning. This と here simply means, it means also, but however it just means like with. You will learn these particles very soon. This と simply means accompaniment or simply means like with. In English we say with lah. So same with my birthday. 同じ is same. So same with my birthday. Okay? So 同じ means same. So same with my birthday. Then L says, そうですか. So そうですか is, oh, is it? Right? Is it? Right? 日本の建国記念日はいつですか? Okay, so this one, 日本 is Japan, right? What is Kenkoku Kinenbi? Kinenbi you all know already, anniversary. Then Kenkoku, what is Kenkoku? Think of it in Chinese, some of you.
建国
Yeah, so 建国, right? So Kenkoku simply means nation building. Okay, nation building. So Japan, unlike Singapore, they don't get independent. They were already independent from the start. So why do they have this nation building day? Nation building, as the name suggests, it means the establishment of a nation. So what does it mean when we establish a nation? The constitution is chosen, right? The legislation, the constitution is established, right? So basically, in Japan, this day is called Constitution Day, which means it is the establishment of their government, right? Constitution means government, so it means it is the establishment of their own states, the head of states, the prime minister, the minister, and everything, right? This is called Constitution Day. So which means they establish their constitution, their government, on this day. So it's an anniversary day for the government, Constitution Day. Right. So the difference between Singapore and Japan: Singapore independence, Japan is Constitution Establishment Day. Alright, so 2月11日です。2月11日. So February, 2月 is February, right? 11日 is 11th day, so 11 February. They have PH there? No. No public holiday for this one. But the emperor birthday is in February, so yeah, they get it at the end of the February. They don't celebrate the Constitution Day like how we celebrate National Day. There's nothing, there's no fanfare, there's no performance, there's nothing. It is just a normal day to say, oh, this is a day that our Constitution started. Yeah, that's why there's nothing on this day. Right, so I want to talk about the notes for conversation, but anyways, we ran out of time. We can talk about it next week. Homework, I never forget. Lesson 5, thank you very much. And then lesson 6, thank you very much. Lesson 6, please stop at the conversation questions. Page 63, conversation, you can stop there. So do it until page 17. You should see page 17 below. So do until page 17. So lesson 5 and lesson 6 until page 17. Alright, thank you very much. I will see you next week, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, thank you very much.